Hey!
I'm almost ready.
All right, almost ready? Well, okay, nice.
Wait, what?
What's
You
going on,
let me know
everybody?
when that makes you mad enough for me to stop.
Let's see. I think we got audio from all parties, at least from what I can tell.
Hello. Hi.
Hold on.
Welcome.
Wait, it wasn't me this time.
Who was
Does that
it?
still
I don't
count as
think-
Jay messing up the
That
audio?
wasn't me, though.
If it's
That was-
Look at,
I
look
panicked
at all
for a
our
second.
faces. Look at all our faces. Who do you think it is?
wasn't me.
Hey! Get the infinite echo. Yeah, okay. That was not me. I've lost track of how many weeks have gone by with no audio screw-ups, so thank you very much. I'm happy to have that number. All right. Let's see here. Cool. Getting stuff ready. Welcome, everybody. We're the Bad Plans D&D crew. My name is Jay. I'm the Dungeon Master, and this is episode 19 of The Long Death, our homebrew D&D campaign.
Woohoo.
We're live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, and if you miss an episode, you can always go find us on YouTube. All the episodes are there. All, 18 times 3, 2.5-ish hours of content. So there's a ton of D&D to go watch if you want to catch up on the story. And while you're over there, please do a solid, hit the subscribe button, as well as please follow us here on Twitch if you're not already, because you're awesome if you do. We are just getting started as a new channel, and all those little likes and comments and subscriptions and things of that nature obviously helps out a lot. So we really appreciate you guys being here, and to tell you how much we appreciate that, we've got Jamie to tell us something else. What do you got for us, Jamie?
So, what else helps us out a lot is buying our merch. And as a thank you, I've made you a beautiful little graphic ad that I want to
And
show
there
you
it
now.
is.
What?
Can you guys see it?
They can see it.
Very cool. I love it. It's so adorable.
I can't see it.
It's
You
so
did
It's
not
on the
show us
Twitch.
this. Awesome. I know, but I'm like so far behind.
Oh.
Oh! It's all right.
I'm
Oh,
hoping
that's
we
funny.
can get over on one of the onesies and force him into it, and we'll get a real picture of that. But for
my
now,
goodness.
Perfect. Okay. We have to have Tej show this on his channel. I know he would.
Yeah.
Send him the logo, and because he will love it.
Get the drip.
Get the drip.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
what are you even doing if you're not?
That's at least 2 drips, I think.
That's it. That's right. It works on a scale, right? It's a scale
Yeah.
of 4 drips.
I believe so,
Okay,
I believe so.
Pearls.
We
Yeah, because after 4 drips, it's a stream.
Oh. On
You don't-
twitch.tv/we make bad plans.
segues.
Wait, was
Y'all,
that the
that
joke of
was-
the week? Wow.
That was
Wow.
that was
Keep
fantastic.
it coming.
We actually have been trying to figure out a good Ziggy t-shirt. So everybody who's watching, like, if you have any Ziggy t-shirt ideas and you want to help us make that a reality, like, throw them in chat, throw them in Discord, because Jamie and I have been trying to come up with something. And that is absolutely gonna
Him being
happen.
tortured.
Oh, nice. By the big bad guy.
by
I think
the-
it was
boss.
I think it was Axe Shaft who made the Photoshop Thursday of just like the Fonz with Ziggy's
Yeah,
head. Just being
yeah.
like, hey.
Yes. Yes.
That was
would
my
be good.
favorite
That was
one.
good.
Fonz, Ziggy would be good.
Speaking of the Fonz, we have a podcast. That's
We do.
also a place where you can catch a show if you're just like podcasts more than video. And how do we find that pod? You click the link. Look at
Click
that. We're
the
dialed
link.
in.
You can hear every voice that Jay has ever done as an intro if you listen to all the episodes, and it's real fancy. Get all the audio. It'll lull you to sleep until we inevitably roll that nat
Scream.
1 and all scream. So if you want that in your life, listen to the podcast.
Yes, for sure. Okay, time for a recap. Last week, the party was deep underground in a strange Thelesian facility. Something in between a temple and some kind of astral observatory, perhaps. Although you were underground, it was clear the place wasn't always buried in the sand, as you came across numerous instruments for observing the sky and the stars beyond. As you worked your way through, investigating, you found statues and murals, and learned that the Thulesh culture seemed intrinsically linked with the stars, the planets, and in particular, the moons of Lydian. Your search was interrupted, though, when a massive subterranean creature burst through the ground and attacked you. It collapsed the floor underneath 14, and the two of them tumbled into the darkness below. You jumped in after them, chasing the creature down into its tunnels. Belrissa, with some hasty thinking, gave Jeshi a magical burst of speed and power, and he barreled after the Underhulk as it dragged 14 into the darkness beyond. Ultimately, the group was victorious, but your strength was waning after an extremely long day. You took a short rest in the caves below, but as the hour passed, the magical guardians of the facility had been reborn. With some help from Ziggy, you set a trap for the patrolling flame skulls, and when they came into view, Vinadil's assassin skills allowed for a swift end to the guardians. At last, you made it into the final room, but what you found was that you'd been too late. You'd been expecting to find the giant serpent who'd escaped from the Jade Artifact, the one who'd opened the doors of the temple and fled inside. Instead, the large room was unoccupied, but a chamber on the north side showed why. A large and intricate bronze mechanism filled the entire room. 3 concentric rings, spinning and thrumming with magic, and inside them you watched as the spell finished and the serpent was teleported away by the device. As you searched the room for answers, you found a large sarcophagi upon a central stage that had been recently broken and raided. Above it, taking up almost the entire western wall, was a massive mural depicting what seemed to be a significant historical event. The mural showed that the Thulesh civilization being destroyed when one of the moons of Lydian crashed into the planet's surface, shattering their entire continent. This room brought perhaps more questions than answers, and knowing that the Black Serpent had escaped was less than comforting for some of you. But at least there'd been some loot. After clearing the dungeon, you headed back outside, anxious for some proper rest. The night is cool, and the whistling eastern wind is about as calm as you've seen since coming to the Steel Sands. Gazing upon the night sky, the stars, and the 2 moons, it's hard not to ponder the fate of the Thulesh. But right now, there are some more immediate problems at hand. So what's the plan?
Sleep.
Yeah, did Jeshi go into like a hypoglycemic coma?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just
that's
crumpled.
true.
Blood
think-
loss.
I think long rest is our first.
The most boring start to a game.
First
Let's
that's
rest.
right. Let's sleep.
We should set watch, and I don't really trust Vin to actually stay up all night. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
that's just part of his programming to claim that. So
I can help. I have
okay.
I wanna read
Oh,
as I
that is
hold my
right.
little book.
That's right.
The rarest of rare items.
Oh, what does that book do?
It's ridiculous.
It makes me the wisest of all the wise.
Oh, that's cool.
Imagine if reading books made you wiser.
Yeah. Crazy. Only in
You know,
fantasy worlds.
that is actually the only book that makes sense out of all the stat books.
The Dex one.
The strength one.
I've perfected a cartwheel, Creed style.
You're just
Oh
not
my
using
God.
your muscles properly. Okay, it's a book of it's about how to like focus your energy.
A book of gains.
It feels like I could. I'll take like last watch. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Take a
All
last
right.
watch.
Good night, Joshi.
I'm reading too, so I'll read with you, Kins. However
Okay.
long you want to stay up,
Lots
because
can't
I'm
read.
whatever.
The pages of the
I'm-
book are lit by the eerie
That's
red
right.
glow
I'll
of
turn
Vinadil's.
up my
Looking over your shoulder.
turn up my red eyes a little bit and give
You can't
some
see
light.
out of them, but you
Oh
can.
my gosh. Kins has never seen Avin's eyes like stare at her all night, so she's kind of like, slowly turning away from him as she's just like, okay, this is creeping me out. I know you're my
I'm
friend.
still going
but...
through Raikonen's library, just kind of book by book every night. Yeah, long rest sounds
Nice.
good to me.
Yeah, we didn't tell him that we had his books.
I did pour them out on the floor.
I mean, he
could've.
didn't.
That's
He didn't
true.
tell us a lot of things.
He
so.
left
Along
them
with
all
Vinny's body.
behind.
I read those already.
Yeah, he left you a note that basically said take whatever you want.
He did. Yeah.
You're good there. All right, so outside of basically you're in the ruins where you fought with the centaurs, and Vinadil stares longingly at the spot where he, got to know the.
Make an alliance with potential
Fell in love for the
potential
second
friends.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, there's sort of wreckage of the different machines around. Some of the, a full day of blowing sand has covered up some of them a bit, but generally, yeah, the wind is calmer, and you're able to just kind of find a place kind of nestled up against one of the dunes with some of the stonework coming up out, protect you from the wind a little, and find a place to get a little rest. So
Because the door closed, right?
the door's
Like
closed.
the door closed behind us. Okay.
That's correct, yeah. And it seems to have resealed itself in the same way that it was before you got here. So you wouldn't be able to reopen it.
Yeah, it's a question for the morning.
So a little like kind of in the middle of the night-ish, I don't know how many hours, but Kins realizes very quickly that reading makes her sleepy. So she looks at Vin, looks at the others. She'll like head over to Thorcum, kind of nudge him, and be like, Thorcum, Kins is tie-tie. Can you swap out?
Yeah.
And she'll nestle up and like sleep with the book.
Kins, keep track of how many hours
I will. Okay.
you've read that book.
I will keep second watch.
All right.
Nothing much happening tonight, man.
Yeah, it seems pretty calm out here, and you're sort of nestled in between some dunes, so you don't exactly have a great vantage, but you also feel somewhat protected. I'm assuming you guys.
Is
Go ahead.
14 awake all night too?
Yeah, it's always.
Oh. Okay.
Robot
I
party.
got a watch buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys played checkers all night.
I was gonna say the same thing. They're just playing some game.
He's literally vigilant.
He
as
crushes
under
you.
his description.
I will beat him in chess.
He's an
every time.
unbelievable checkers player.
What is the move in checkers where you stack things? I forget.
You
Queening?
king them.
Kinging?
King them. Yep.
Kinging? Okay. All right.
He just starts with all kings.
I haven't played I haven't played checkers since I last went to Cracker Barrel. So that's been forever. Anyway, no. Do I need to roll anything for this watch, or am I good?
No rolls required. Just let me know what you guys are doing as the night passes. It was probably, figure like 8 or 9 o'clock when you guys came out of there. So sun rises around 6. So you got plenty of time for everybody to rest up.
Yeah, I'll just stare out into the dunes for a while.
Okay.
And then when I get tired, I'm gonna kick Jessie. Hey,
Hey.
your turn. I'm going to sleep.
This is some brilliant RP.
It's amazing.
It's happening
Telling
right
you.
now.
This is about what
good
it
job.
will be like, though. Like, this is, it's
No, everybody's
real
just
life.
so tired. Yeah,
That's right. Like,
There's sand in my
Can you
armor.
I'm
can you
picturing-
imagine like having like a serious conversation after going through like
yeah.
battle after battle after battle? It's like,
I was actually
I
picturing the
have the
same thing.
emotional bandwidth.
It's like it's like everybody gets home from just having a really long day, and everyone's just kind of sitting there like stare, 1,000-yard stare just straight through each other. It's like,
eating cold pizza.
yeah, like that happens. Yeah, that's about as much, So yeah, we'll say that the morning comes.
Wait, I want to talk to Vin.
Oh,
Hold on.
great. Okay,
Can
go
I talk
for
to
it.
Vin?
Of course.
Oh, hey, Vin.
yo,
So,
yo.
you know how like, not the last fight, and then like not the one before that, or before that, but the one before that yesterday.
With the other robot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know how they weren't attacking you?
What you mean outside?
Yeah, they didn't Oh no, yeah, okay, the fight before that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
the one before
Yes.
that one. Yeah.
With the robots and the centaurs. Yes.
5.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fights.
So they didn't fight you.
That's true.
What? Like, are you like? Did you want to fight them still?
I mean, I shot several of them.
Like, it occurred to me, what if like they also have Vin souls in them? Can you tell? Is it the eyes? Because I feel like their eyes were
Actually, could
different.
can I see anything inside of them when I look at them?
No, you can't. No, no.
You know, we'll have to use. It's an interesting idea, Jesse. We'll have to use that eyepiece we got next time we come across one. Because Belrissa and you can see what's inside of me when you have that eyepiece.
It's really weird.
Yeah, so you know,
Weird thing
like
to say.
we killed, we
Clip-
like killed
clip it.
people though. So like even if it does have like a Vin soul in it, like I think we should still kill it.
Yeah, it's probably not my soul, so I agree.
But what if
I
they're
agree.
nice? Like you were kind of not. Like I mean, you're okay, I guess, nice wise. But
Yeah. Well, I don't.
you didn't really kill like kids. That's good.
Yeah. I think I actually didn't kill a lot of people back in the city. This whole travel out in the world thing has been really crazy.
That's a
But,
good point. Yeah, I think most of morality is just based on not killing people.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a pretty low bar.
it makes
I mean,
me question.
we still cross it
yeah,
from
yeah,
time to
yeah.
time, but yeah.
We do.
Um,
We do.
No, I don't. I think they're different souls, Jesse. You know, the whole way's blocked, and these are broken souls.
Sure. Oh
right?
my gosh, all of them. What if? Oh
I
my
think-
gosh, like what if it's one of my family members? Well, they already died. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely. This is what I think about at night, Jesse. We got to fix this somehow. Gotta fix this somehow. But that's. I mean, I don't know if you get overwhelmed sometimes, but like, it's an overwhelming number of broken souls trapped somewhere. And the Tinkerer can apparently draw them into these machines. That's kind of scary. Like, he could overwhelm, and then when we kill them, what do they? I think they just go back in. He can just keep drawing them out again. Maybe more broken and more twisted.
So it, like
I don't
an
know.
undead
right? Like,
robot.
we just kill the bodies. We don't actually kill the soul.
Yeah. Okay. Like, let's say we figure out a way for you to come back, and it's like, boom, back,
Yeah.
regular body.
There
Do
you
you
go.
want to be Vin? We could get you a different body.
No.
What about
I'm gonna,
like?
I'm gonna say it doesn't work that way. Gonna say it doesn't work that
It'd
way.
be pretty cool to be like a merman. You could swim and stuff.
Perhaps a
Maybe
centaur.
a centaur.
Or a centaur. No, I'm good. I'm good with my body. It's
Really?
preserved.
It's a big commitment.
I mean, do you want to change your body?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think it would be cool. Let's like come back as like, I don't know, a drow,
Agree.
a drow,
Oh yeah.
one of the two.
Yes, one of the two. You'd have to die first, Jesse, and then we're gonna burn you.
I'll
So-
die. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, third thing, what if like what if like the Tinkerer can like get control over you? Do you think that's possible? What if he's learned and he's got like all these other Vin souls and they're in Vin robots, other Vin robots, Scorpion Vin, all these other Vins. What if he also can like tell you like, hey, kill these guys? Should we kill you?
No, you should kill him, and then he will lose control over me. I don't think it works that way though, but that would be an interesting thing to ask Thorkum. Not now, because he
Who
would be
knows how
very
it works?
grumpy.
It's not like Raikkonen
mean-
told us anything.
That is true.
Raikkonen could be controlling you for all I know.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm doing it. I'm pretty sure it's me.
Okay, so when you killed that puppy, like the
It wasn't a
little
puppy. It was
creature?
a horribly dangerous lizard monster
was a
that
puppy.
eats petrified people. Like the way you guys reclassify items in our world, I think
I'm
sometimes
just screwing
speaks-
with you. I'm just joking. I'm just.
was
What a
I'm
setup.
relying on a
Get him to
petrified
admit he
human.
makes his
I'm
own
just-
decisions, and then
I'm just
I know it's you. I know it's you. I saw you through the little thing, which was pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there he is, you know. But I do think I agree. We should put that we should look at 14 with it.
We did. There wasn't anything in 14.
We did.
But we
Did
should
I?
look at
Okay.
some of the other robots.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
an
yeah,
interesting
yeah, yeah,
idea.
yeah. And if
And
one
see
of
what
them
these
has the
souls-
soul, we'd be
Well,
like,
like-
hey, soul, are you good? Are you bad? And then tackle it, try to extract it and like set it free. But then it'll be a ghost and I'll have to banish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
soul tackle.
This is tough.
It's tricky.
It's a tough place out here.
It's tricky.
All right, it's just about morning.
Like I was gonna say, and for 2 hours. This is what the conversation is about.
Can we homebrew a class that has a move called soul tackle? 'Cause it
Soul
just-
tackle.
like you just
Jay,
Tackle.
I know Vinny's like his nemesis now. You need to make a NPC named John Wick since he kills puppies.
No.
No.
Anyway,
the sun begins to rise over the dunes, and one of the unique things about the climate here in the desert is it's pretty cold at night. But as soon as that sun peaks up over the hill, it's just immediately warms up. I mean, 10, 15 degrees the instant the sun hits you. And it's just this really nice kind of warm feeling that is, juxtaposed by being in this incredibly dangerous and horrible place where death is around every corner, and just going from A to B is a question of survival. Speaking of, you all kind of search through your packs to see how are we doing on rations and water and such after spending about a week traveling so far in the desert.
got about 5 more days of rations.
Okay.
Week?
I've actually been
For,
keeping track of that.
for just yourself?
Yeah, just myself. I don't know what
Yeah.
these guys are doing.
Thorkum's like,
Somebody else
oh,
doing.
these guys are.
Yeah, I have 8.
I thought kids
I
could
brought
make
a lot.
water and food.
I can also make food. Do y'all need food? Y'all want me to cook you up some druid breakfast?
Yes. Do that. I have salt.
Uh,
That's all it needs.
Actually, technically, I would need water too. I've got 2 water skins I could fill up.
Sweet. Okay, then
Yeah, no,
I will.
I need everything then. If we've been traveling a week. Hey, wait, no, I don't eat.
Pretty
Never
sure you
mind.
don't have to eat.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
Just drink
okay, good.
oil.
Because I only have 5 rations. I'm like, oh crap, I'm negative 2 days of food.
those
But-
are long, rotted. Just you haven't had to eat for a while.
in a case in my body.
Okay, I'll make us water, and I will also use my good berry spell to create berries.
Oh, it's the good berries.
Yay.
Good berries.
They're so good.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
Like literally, what is it? Or
Yeah,
like
what does it taste like?
it tastes like a mixture of boysenberry and garbage. I don't know. My magic tastes like garbage.
They're birdie bots every flavor bean.
Yeah, some of y'all have really, really potent garbage.
My
But it
magic
still
tastes
sustains
like
you.
garbage.
And
Quote.
some of y'all have more berry
Yeah,
flavor.
We've been bean boozled. You never know what you're gonna get.
Bean
good.
boozled.
Hey, it's
Oh,
utility.
really spicy.
It's not about the flavor. It's about sustaining your health, your hunger.
Comes out like that goop from the Matrix, just like this white nonsense or whatever it was.
Yeah, y'all are like a thinkskins.
Maybe we can find that oasis just a little bit quicker than we were hoping for.
You think you can eat the bottom half of a centaur?
Do you
I don't know,
eat
it's like
horses?
horse meat.
Yeah.
Of course I've eaten a horse.
Do you
Talking
eat
about?
sentient things that can talk?
I mean, not when they're alive.
Jesse, this is the weirdest part of you we've ever seen. I don't know if like you just got
curious.
hit
What if we
a
get
little
hungry? What
side.
if there's a problem? I'm not saying I'm gonna do it.
Like, did you
No.
eat? Did you eat your fellow soldiers?
No, but they weren't part horse.
Okay, okay. Well,
I don't understand. What if like a mermaid got cut in half, and you didn't even know, and it was just like the fish half?
We're asking the real questions here at Bad Plans.
What am I wrong? Apparently I'm wrong. All right.
I'm imagining.
This is the guy lecturing you on morality all night long.
it's okay to
eat
eat.
people.
It's okay to eat the fish
Simple
half of the
question.
mermaid, right?
You know that low bar of morality?
Oh man.
I'm just gonna say, let's avoid eating horse parts while we're out here. But I was interested. Two things, Thorgan, before we leave here. Well, I want to go. I'm just gonna like punch the wall, and I'm gonna see if 14 can too. Like, I want to see like what do we think it would take, Thorgan, with your stone working. Like, could we break through this wall, this door? And I don't really want to, but I want to know, could the Tinkerer have done it, do you think? Could he have broken through this wall with his robots? Like, could 14 bash his way through this door?
Eventually, probably. But, there's no telling how thick these walls are. And if they're protected by magic.
I want to just smack it a little bit, Jay, and see what happens to my hand. Like, does it? Yeah, I mean, does it give at all, or does it break or crack or anything?
Make a attack roll against the wall.
Just like
Sort of like a, like
unarmed
I'm
strike.
assuming you're like winding up to do an unarmed, just punch the wall. Look at that, you got it. Cool.
that's a 10.
Yeah, so when you punch the wall, dogs start barking
Yeah.
mysteriously in the background, and but ultimately nothing really happens. Some of the loose sand and gravel, of course, just kind of falls out, but the stone does not appear to sustain any damage whatsoever.
That makes me feel better. I don't like the idea of the Tinker getting inside of one of these places.
No, and I'll take one of the robot heads out and kind of put it on the ground. I was like, I have a theory.
All right.
I think this is what he's looking for. I think he's looking for something like you.
I would say probably so.
And there's a reason for that. Is you seem to have much more control than what I understand has happened in the past. Like, I don't think you could go into 14, is what I'm saying. Like, layman's terms.
Okay.
And be in any sort of control.
But like
He
something
seems-
about this kind of body.
He seems to be more humanoid.
Do you think this is what the Thelusians did? Do you think they put souls in their robots?
I know very little about them. And then I've been thinking about what Jessie said last night, and I'm a little disappointed in myself, honestly. There was a time that I would have had the same sense of wonder going into a place like this, but I don't know. I'm too busy trying to survive. So I'm kind of changing my vote from last night. I want to
Yeah.
walk through the desert a little bit
Yay!
and explore.
Well, if we've been going a week, we have probably what? Maybe half a week, a few more days.
You reckon you're probably
Depending on
2/3 of the way there? Yeah, maybe a little over
I can
halfway.
make breakfast for us every day if we rest.
Yeah.
We're good.
I super rest every day.
Trash breakfast. I'll eat another good berry and kind of look.
I was
The
wondering,
greatest
too,
thing
though,
Kins has ever tasted is like an old apple core from the garbage.
do you think, I've just been assuming that this guy is one of them, that he is like a
The Tinker is a
delusion.
robot? Oh.
No, the snake man, that he's one of these guys. But like, what if he wasn't? Like, what if he was an enemy of this group too? Like, I mean, he knew this thing was here, but he desecrated that grave. I mean, maybe he just didn't care anymore and he needed an item. But I don't know, it's strange to me.
Jay, can I read anything on the door now?
Ah, now that you read Pelusian.
Yeah, why don't you tell them why you can read the door now? Or not? Or you
Can I actually read it? Like,
you can.
is there any? Okay.
Because you told us about that item, right?
No.
Okay.
You saw me grab it and attune to it, but I don't
Okay,
think I
so
ever-
our characters don't know as much as our players do. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. That's like, what do I see on the door?
So the symbols on the door are, it's not so much words as it is, let's see, I would say that you are able to, let me think about this for a second. Keep talking. Let me think of the best answer to your question.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, so what do you think? Do you think I mean, I guess he knew how to work that machine, so he had to be part of their culture anyway. I'm just trying to figure out who this guy is. It's so weird. Like, do you think there's more of those rocks that they've somehow found a way to save their essence, knowing the world was going to end?
Like, is he the last Thulesian?
Yeah, right?
Ever?
Like, or are there lots of these rocks holding a lot of souls, and he's going to go and unleash them on unknowing populations by just like taking over their bodies?
I don't know. I mean, the only way we're going to find out is if we explore a little bit more, get some more answers to questions we haven't yet asked. But is that why we're here?
Maybe not right now, but something tells me it's why we're going to be here at some point. I mean, yeah, I can't see him just retiring on the beach somewhere. Like, that guy he felt like a guy with a plan,
Well, the Tinker definitely has a plan.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's what's right in front of us.
And now that I've seen these things and I nod towards the head again, I have an inkling he's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
That the situation you're in.
The door is basically a description of the facility, and you interpret the symbols to mean that this is a place of study, of research, of particularly science, or the equivalent, and particularly astronomy, just the study of the stars in the sky, and you interpret the symbols to mean that this is essentially like a research facility.
You guys think that that mural had the big moon crashing down? So like, I see it one of two ways. Either the moon crashed down and then these guys were like, hey, that was pretty crazy, let's paint about it. Or they were like, the moon is gonna crash down, and they painted it, and then they were like, did the moon crash down? I don't know. They had the thing looking up. Maybe they were like, hey, there it is, it's getting bigger.
I feel like they probably saw it coming and painted it. and then it crashed and killed them all.
Well,
Saw the mood coming.
All right,
Like
so
a
it's like,
prediction, a
it's
prophecy.
like the
Yes,
what is it?
that way.
Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and you like scratch out
Oh, man.
it's falling, and they're like, paint. I guess
well, one of the guys died
That's what I would
painting
do
that other
too.
room, right? I mean,
Oh,
He died.
did.
while he was painting about the
Oh,
dude
that's
coming out of the portal
bad.
thing, right?
I
They drew a
forgot about
picture of the
that.
portal thing. So I mean, it could have all happened pretty quickly after this place got built.
Maybe they were trying to stop it somehow with paintings.
Well, no, you're right.
With
Yeah, I mean, if this was
robots.
an astronomy place, this was probably the place where they were watching it happen. Yeah.
Mhm.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's a
look at the
crazy
door and just kind of say, he would be disappointed in me.
Who would be disappointed?
This place is a place of science and research. My father would be disappointed in me.
It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, and I just kind of blaze through it.
It's crazy to think that like we could be the last people in there. We're the only ones in there for thousands of years, and now no one else is going in.
We got some cool stuff though that we could like share.
It's always about the cool stuff.
Speaking of that, I
Did
want
you see
to.
that? Look at this thing.
I want to attune to the spyglass over last night.
Okay. The star glass of
This-
true seeing.
Yes.
Excellent.
We got that in the cog and the book, right? Those were the three.
And the robe.
And
Oh, and the
robe.
robe.
the
That's
robe.
right.
The
The robe of helpful
I'm
items.
wearing it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful robe, Jeshi.
Plate mail, robe. She's like sweating.
So fancy.
Maybe we'll find another one, and there won't be like a dangerous snake guy down there, and we can spend some more time. And be like, maybe
How do we open the
Also-
door though? We don't have another snake rock. Like,
we find another snake rock.
Or we bash it down.
Bash. Fireball.
Enough
Or-
fireballs can do it.
Since I can read their language now, maybe I can find a way.
You can
You
You
should
can read
pay
their
attention.
language?
What?
Fancy.
That's
Just
cool.
told you what the door said.
Well, how?
Yeah.
But how
Talk
can you
amongst
do-
yourselves.
Oh, I
I don't know. Maybe you're just saying things.
thought you were.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you were just like.
Like interpreted it, maybe.
Yeah, just like context clues. It seems like a research place.
This picture looks like a sun, and
It's just like a symbol that looks like a sun. Like,
the international science symbol.
Just the moon and a thumbs
for
up, a
bright
moon
people.
and a thumbs up.
speaking of the sun, Belrizza, point us in the direction of the oasis.
Take out the compass,
Yeah,
and I look, and I'm like, what direction was the oasis?
it was like
Like
that way.
westish.
it's like north-southish.
It was like southeast, right? Southeast. I'm pretty sure.
Think that way.
Definitely not. But you can go that way if you want to.
That was west,
Wait,
right?
south was the south was the. Oh no, you're right. It was southwest. Yeah, southeast would have been the ocean. Yeah, okay. All right.
Hey, Jeshi.
Kids.
Okay, so like I got really tired last night. I couldn't finish this book. I like hold it up. Do you think normally I fly, and that's great. I love flying. But
Yeah.
do you think that can you summon Leonard so I can like sit on Leonard and read this book?
You want Leonard?
Yeah. If you can just summon Leonard, it would be great to just ride on Leonard, read the book, while y'all make sure nothing kills me. Because I've been doing my eagle part for a bit. I can't read and fly at the same time. It's really hard.
That'd be great. Boom, Leonard.
Yeah, we can send Ziggy
His
up.
face right in front of you.
Oh, Ziggy, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Ziggy Scout.
All right.
Actually, yeah.
want-
Right about now, Ziggy comes out, and he climbs out of the backpack, and he just does that cat stretch thing, and and his claws just kind of scrape across the back of your neck, Belrissa, and you notice he's awake, and
Hi, good morning.
you hear, and he just sort of, beats his wings, and he's hovering next to you. And are you guys leaving now? I'm assuming you're packed up and on your way.
Yeah, although I'm gonna roll an animal. See
Okay.
who's our traveling companion today.
Traveling companion.
And it is giant badger.
A giant badger.
Giant badger. Perfect desert animal.
The badger didn't. The badger didn't do so great. But
this is big badger.
He's got like 3 more hit points. He's
Daddy
good
badger.
to go.
Yes.
This badger comes out. It's just like, where's my son? He was called away from me last night.
Original badger wasn't the brightest of animals. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, a giant badger appears and just starts trotting next to Belrissa and Ziggy. Ziggy says to you, Belrissa, he says, "Hey,
Hey.
so, I was thinking, last night when we was in that place and all, and I was kind of flying about, and I was invisible, and I was being,
You're real sneaky.
I was. I'm a sneaky guy, and I was helping though, and that's what I was thinking, is that I was helping, and I was thinking to myself, because that's what I do. I was thinking, and I was saying, hey Ziggy, you gotta be more helpful. You gotta like offer your services and whatnot to your friends. So as long as the redhead is not involved, I just want to make you aware that I would like to be more helpful in general.
That's great.
So, if you need me to like fly around and piss on anybody, or
Always welcome.
maybe like find some secret, fire skulls or whatever, I'm your cat, all right? All right, I'm here for you.
That's great.
But right now I'm going back to sleep.
But,
Okay.
I wanted you to fly.
You want me to fly?
I mean, you just got a good night's rest, right?
Well, yeah, but that's pretty far. Like,
I mean, just fly
where
around.
exactly do you want me to fly to?
Just like around and scout out, make sure like no bad guys are around. I know it's a little hot. Here, come here. I put some sunscreen on his face.
Sunscreen.
I don't want you
He
getting
has
burned or
no
anything.
fur.
I am
Dude would
I am
be like a hot dog.
particularly vulnerable to UV rays with my lack of fur in this form that you've given me.
I know. We
So-
made you some clothes, but they're back in the little long way
When I was thinking about it, I was thinking more like, underground in the dark, not so much out in the sun, getting sweaty, doing things and stuff,
Just like a
Like maybe providing more like intellectual help, or perhaps
Help in theory.
By pissing on people?
the most intellectual.
Listen, there's a handful of things I'm real good at, all right? And pissing is one of them, okay? No, all right. Hey, you want me to fly? You want me to fly? I'll fly for you. Just
a
for you,
little bit.
Belly. Just for
Okay.
you, all right?
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Thank you.
And he takes off and he's flying above you, and he's real awkward. It's like, imagine like how like a bird or an eagle is just sort of this graceful flight, just kind of around. Ziggy's like this awkward, like he's like this cat with wings, so he's the opposite of graceful, but he's doing his best to scout around above.
Is he like in a constant state of like falling?
Yeah.
Having to catch up?
Yeah, basically. He's like, his wings barely support his weight, and he's trying. You could tell he's trying really hard to stay flying in a meaningful way. But he does, of course, listen and help you. So you guys head out. You set off into the deep dunes, into the baking sun, and the stinging winds.
Is that where we're going? We didn't decide. I was
Yeah,
like,
we're walking towards the oasis. Yeah.
walking
Oasis.
towards the oasis.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Look out for another ruin.
But
Definitely.
Well, yeah. Well, and did we get a sense of which direction the centaurs went when they left here?
Yeah, actually, from the oasis, they headed kind of in the opposite direction, kind of southeast-ish.
Did you want to follow the centaurs?
Follow your
Vinadil?
love.
Did you have reason to
no.
return?
Eventually, we're gonna potentially need to talk to the centaurs. We just need to know about which way they went, in case we need to find them again.
I mean, if you want to sidetrack.
No, Oasis is where we need to go next.
Okay.
I'm
You
just
guys
saying.
have a rudimentary map as well, and
that's right.
so when you were
Does it
at
have,
the
like an X for centaur camp.
yeah, when you were at the wagon caravan, Saban kind of mentioned that the centaurs are kind of in the southeastern corner, like kind of near that ring of mountains that go between the Steel Sands Desert and the sea. So he kind of said just general.
The very south.
Tinker's the southwest corner.
Southwest. Okay, so opposite corners.
There's sort of an ancient ziggurat there that's well known to the Bali because it's one of the sites that in the past they've sort of scavenged, and that's where the Tinker is set up. It's a pretty well known thing, but it's kind of from where you guys came in, more or less the polar opposite end of the desert, because you guys came in the northeast. But yeah, you're kind of in the middle now. The Oasis is more or less right in the middle, and you guys are about halfway between the northeast corner and the Oasis, as far as you can tell, spatial awareness wise. And then when the centaurs left, they headed southeast from where you are now. So I would say that you would have a vague idea of where to find them if you needed to, if that's where you want to go.
But the robots obviously have pushed way far out from where the Tinker is, because they're all the way.
It was surprising
here.
to see the robots, wasn't it? I mean, like, we kind of thought they would be more south.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously pushing pretty hard if they're already out here.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm thinking about Thorcom, what you said. I feel like this is what they were looking for. I mean, they were clearly at that ruin, and like they probably were looking for that robot below. It's like their god.
So,
Well, and do
Know
any of the
about
pieces,
God.
Okay.
like, do any of the pieces look like that robot? Like, I know we haven't found like a fully formed one, but does it look like they maybe have found parts of this kind of robot before, or is it like, no, this is a different level of craftsmanship?
Vin, make an investigation check to kind of just do a quick jog of your memory from what you've seen so far.
Ooh, 20.
Dirty 20. Nice one. You are 100% sure that there has not been any parts that even remotely resemble your body or the ones you saw in the ruins.
Okay.
The one, they're kind of, to Thorcom's point, they're very finely made, and the robots that the Tinker has sent out and against you so far have been very, just a mess. They're made up of like literal like old rusty parts and like pieces of armor and like weird stuff like that.
Okay. All right, well. That just supports that theory even more, Jesse, that he probably is looking for, if he could get his hands on something like these, who knows what he could do.
I mean, what if we all died and then we were like put into robots, and then like he was just like, hey, go attack Portsmouth? It'd be terrible, right?
Also, does it exactly work that way?
How does it work?
Like I mentioned, even if you puts a soul in something like 14, that soul won't have control over it. May be able to hold it, but
Yeah, but you know how like
how
you
can I
can
explain this?
you can tell 14 what to do. Do you think that Raikkonen could tell Vin what to do, and we would like be powerless to stop it?
No, that's
Maybe
that's the point. Like Vin is in control. This is what's different.
Vin, blink once if you're in
Oh
control.
my gosh, that face.
Okay.
Like he's still displaying some of the things that are worrisome. Jesse, do you not know anything about dwarven history? I'm just gonna look at him, just like,
I know some things. I've heard some stories, but I mean, it feels like 14 is more what I was expecting than Vin.
it should be more than of what you're expecting, but
But
it's
nobody
like
said whether or not there were souls in there. Maybe there were. I don't know.
no.
No, there weren't.
No, it's been.
Did your dad make them? Did he make 14s?
He made something closer to Vin. 13 was different. But it still wouldn't have been
Like
something
closer
we
in
could
look?
hold. 13 didn't need commands. 13 protected me.
Just
Uh,
like because.
Because that was my father's last wish. And until he was destroyed, he did it flawlessly. I wouldn't be here without him.
How'd you?
But-
How did he get destroyed?
Yeah. How'd you lose him?
Story for another time.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, but like, okay, so like, let's say, so are you saying to me that what, like your grandfather, if he also made one, which would be 12, do you think that 12 was like,
no.
what if you went all the way back to 1? Would 1 be able to have a Vin in him?
That is not. It's been forbidden for a very long time.
Forbidden? So you're telling
I've
me our
said this-
ancestors wouldn't like Vin?
They would have the same kind of
Got him.
nervousness about Vin that I do. A long time ago, we made this mistake,
Oh.
and
Okay.
since then it just
And those are the
isn't
ones
done.
that went crazy, right? With the really
Yeah.
red eyes, the murder robots.
That's,
Well, yeah, I've
that's
been working on my blue eyes. Do I have any blue eyes?
They started off blue, and now they've just slowly turned. No, I'm just kidding.
You're
I'm
Sith
going
Lord.
back.
You do not have
I don't have any eye
individually
control.
addressable LEDs control in your eyeballs, unfortunately. Or at least you haven't found the button for it yet.
Okay.
And that's pretty amazing. I feel like, I mean, my grandparents have told me some things, but even then, like, there weren't like tons of them. I mean, at least from the stories they told me, I don't know. Maybe people were afraid of them. I'm not sure.
Flipping the next page of my book. I'm not really listening to what they're saying. I'm just in the background.
Did your
Unhonored.
grandparents ever tell you what family you're from? What clan? Who your primary is? Like, nothing.
No, they usually like, I don't know, they like encouraged me to look forward, not back. So they'd like kind of talk about home, and so I like have like a sense of it, but I don't know.
Thorcom, when you... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I guess it doesn't matter anymore. The reason why the dwarven people do not make humanoid robots is we did in the past, and there was a war
Oh,
where the robots that we created basically just attacked us, and it took a lot to put them down. So everything that we make future forward has been less than.
I make an insight check against Vin.
Oh yeah.
Is he gonna? Is he
Oh my
gonna attack
God.
me? Is he gonna attack me?
Vin, roll deception to hide your
Yeah.
true nature.
I would like to look at Vin
Totally
and
would.
understand, and like kind of see if I understand. Is he like different? Is he like
Just
side
kidding. You don't have to roll.
19.
Deception.
Oh no.
The bloodlust is just emanating out like an aura as he's just staring.
Aw.
6.
6. Good try.
I just look at you like this, Jesse.
It's Jesse, you
Hey,
don't
bud.
have a you don't have a particularly easy time reading people as it is, and Vin's real hard because he doesn't have facial features or body language, or it's just really and it kind of it makes you feel a bit awkward you know, because you don't know, you literally can't read him. He's just like this thing, and yeah, man, what's going on in there? I don't know.
Hard to believe there's a ghost in there.
It's another reason why the Tinker should be stopped, regardless of what Reichen is saying.
Sounds like it. I'm not interested in fighting another war. Like, we got other problems.
Yeah.
Robots and ghosts. Let's deal with robot ghosts first.
There is the possibility he just might kill himself too.
The Tinkerer? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't have any. I'll look around at like the Hulks. I was like, I don't really have any respect for what he does.
Do we know if the Tinkerer is the Tinkerer a dwarf?
We haven't asked. I keep meaning to, and we talk to people who have known him, but we've never yet asked.
I don't think we've talked to anybody who's seen him.
Reichen hasn't he? Oh, no, maybe not.
No.
But
Just
the
give
guy,
us, like, he doesn't even give us a name.
Cattell has seen him.
There's
I
got to be
think.
people at
No,
Catel's
no,
Oasis.
he saw the dragon, but maybe he's seen both.
I mean,
Also,
they sell to him, right? So someone at Catel's place has to have seen him.
he's probably not a dwarf because he doesn't know where San Splendor is.
Yeah, he's probably not a dwarf.
Well, Jeshy doesn't know where San Splendor is. So maybe
Well, not where it is. I know of it.
I was gonna say before too, Thorcum, that I would say ever since your arrival in Great Haven, you know, months ago when you ultimately met these guys and kind of got involved in all of this nonsense, it's probably been a constant thing for you, a constant source of frustration as you meet dwarves and your kin who don't seem to know or respect much about the history of the clans and the old ways, because a lot of, you know, anyone who there's not a lot who survived, you know, and you're one of the only living dwarves who still that was some of the kinship that you had with Cimarron, because he was also one of the dwarves who was around in the old days, and but there's not many, and it's been frustrating for you.
I'm going to take out a book from my jacket and kind of toss it at Jeshy.
Kins, I need Leonard. No, I'm just kidding. Go back to your book. What is this?
That's my father's journal.
It's in Dwarven.
You mentioned you wanted to record history.
Yes, I do.
That's a start. Take care of that.
I will. Yeah, I definitely will.
And
This is great.
take care of yourself more. Your life is worth more than you sometimes. Your decisions are not the best. Let me say that.
Wait,
And,
like which
and
one?
I can't say my decisions are the best either because I hold on to my life too much. But
I don't know.
you-
That one time we were at that tower in the jungle, and you like hung back. That was good. That was smart.
Man.
I was like,
Sometimes.
"What's this mirror?" And it could have just like sucked me in. And...
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, you're worth. Take care of
but it
yourself.
feels like- Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
I heal myself a lot. That's good.
You also hug giant beetle legs.
Yeah, I
and
got him.
Why they punch you in the face. Other people can heal too. Just saying.
Yeah. I'll do my best. I feel like, life is to be lived. It's like, gotta get out there. I was close to, I've been close to dying so many times. It's kind of like, well,
Can you even read,
when it
Jordan?
happens. Yeah, I can read.
Okay. Good. Do we see another ruin? That's
Yeah.
what I asked Belrissa.
Ziggy, any runes up there?
If I say yes, can I stop?
Yes.
Doing
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Oh, poor Ziggy.
All right, come back down for a little bit. Come on.
Can I have a break?
Yeah. You're okay.
Yeah, it's been like 30 minutes, you know? Like, we've been
I was gonna ask how long has
One
it
conversation.
been? Poor Ziggy.
Okay, was I a big help?
You were the best.
Okay,
help,
I'm gonna
dude.
take a
All right,
take a nap.
ride in the backpack
Take
now.
a nap.
Or maybe you can ride on the giant badger.
Okay, yeah, that sounds okay.
Giant badger.
He's cozy.
Hey,
Hey, does Larissa, does the badger have a name?
No.
Does the badger have a name?
Do
Have you ever
badgers
met
have
one
any
that
kind of,
doesn't?
like special abilities like the eagles and wolves and I mean, I assume they can dig pretty well, but like
Don't
do they
give a
have
fuck.
perception checks or anything?
He is
badge.
fearless.
Meme it up.
He
Oh my
can
God.
he can smell good.
Okay.
He's
Like,
real
does he
good.
smell
He's,
good,
he's
or
real good. No, like he's real
does
good
he
at smelling.
smell good?
I see.
That's
can
it.
smell
Those are
good?
two different.
And he
smell
smells
good.
well.
Both. It's the
All right,
most
so I guess it's
beautiful
up to
smelling
us.
Badger.
Since Kins isn't flying today, it's just up to us to be looking around to see if we see anything while we march
Oh, we
across
can
the dunes.
he can like be a little ahead. Badger can
You know,
definitely scout for us. I mean, I
I've
don't know if he's
heard-
smart enough to come back.
I heard that like people who travel through the desert sometimes like travel at dusk instead of like midday. Cause it's like, I don't know about you guys,
It's starting
but
to get
under
real hot.
this cloak and plate mail,
Off.
I am
Cloak.
sweating so much.
Oh my goodness.
Take
So
off the
much.
cloak.
I'm certain that that badger could smell me.
This is one of those decisions I'm talking about. Take off the cloak.
Okay,
You
I'll
can-
take it.
But it's so useful.
It's right there in the title. It's a useful robe.
Well, the cloak
Um,
was like kind of preventing the metal from getting like really hot. Like the couple days ago, I don't mean to tell you guys this, but like it was burning me real bad. I kept healing myself on Leonard. I was like, heal 1 point, heal 1 point.
Just touching your own armor.
Yeah, it was painful.
I mean, I'm okay if we want to. Is there anything but sand around us, Jay? If we wanted to like wait until the evening or afternoon.
Well, there's no shade. I mean, you could create some. I would say that you could probably summon a rowboat from your robe of useful items or something. I don't know. Any creative
Ooh.
thing you might be able to think of to create some shade and maybe drape something over it and just kind of, wait it out till a
You
bit
grow
later.
a tree, Kins.
That's
I was thinking storm, but I don't.
Storm would work too.
I was like storm.
Yeah.
out.
Ooh, a
but to answer your
rain
question,
cloud?
there's nothing around. No,
Can't
you're-
your shield grow a tree?
Yeah, my shield can do many things. Do you really want a tree?
Well, wouldn't
But
a
a
storm
rowboat
like
would be
attract
really-
people?
useful.
Jay.
We could make a ladder. We could ladder to nowhere.
I want a tree. Can you do that all the time? Or
Perhaps
is that
an
like a
iron door would
one-time?
be of assistance in this situation.
So basically, like, if I put my shield in fertile earth, which I debatable for this desert, then I can transform it into a tree.
Oh, the shield becomes a tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
water
So
the
it'd be like,
desert. Water the desert. See what happens.
oh my gosh, y'all are asking for so many things. I'm just trying to read
Yeah,
this book
make
here.
a storm. That's right. That's right. Kins is like, can I just
What?
have
I'm
one day
busy."
to read? Like,
You could
All right,
read
Jesse,
on
you're just
a
gonna have to-
tree.
This is my vacation.
you're gonna have to suck it up, Jesse. Drink some more water. You can have my water that I apparently don't need anymore.
Okay.
And
I mean, I'm
And
fine. I'm like,
we'll
I'm
keep
okay.
going.
It was just a thought.
I mean, it's a lot of sweat. I will say yes. You are.
I've been
you are-
hydrating well though. Yeah.
You're perspiring
You
profusely.
learn that in the army. It's like, you did drink your water.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many berries does good berry make? By the way,
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
And is like one berry like a meal or something?
It sustains for the whole day.
Whole day.
Thank,
yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the garbage.
Some people got more flavorful garbage.
I like to
than you.
imagine that everyone gets like raspberries and I get
Garbage berry.
vomit.
Like
vomit
it's
flavors.
it's like this berry. You can almost taste what it used to be, but it
Yeah.
still tastes like garbage.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there was a hint of, oh no, it's gross.
Yikes. Okay. You've set off into the deep dunes, into the baking sun and the stinging winds. The journey's arduous on the sands. Every step is an effort to correct for the shifting ground and maintaining your course and heading in the great sea of blinding white sand requires constant vigilance. You see many interesting things in the desert. You do come across pieces of old, buried ruins, though much smaller and less interesting than the ones you were at recently. A couple times you find wooden wreckage of failed wagons. At one point you see a scarab as large as a dog scurrying across the top of a dune and then burying itself in the sand. From time to time you spot the glint of metal in the distance, and you know right away that even here the Tinker has a presence. Though it's simple enough to avoid the small groups of constructs that wander the wasteland, you get the sense that as the wind picks up and the sand begins to blow, that the visibility begins to lessen a bit, and it's not too difficult for you to stay out of sight when you need to. Kins, how many hours do you have to read your book?
48.
48. Okay, so you get another... we're going to fast forward a couple days here of more or less the same type of travel, where you guys are trying to find a place to make camp that's protected at least a bit from the wind. I'm going to say that over the course of the next 3 days, assuming you're reading most of the day, let's say you get 20 more hours of reading over the next couple of days that you can add to your tally there. It is many days before the swell of dunes begins to give way to strips of friendlier ground. Your supplies are running a bit low. The good berries help, but also the occasional cactus, prickly pear, and bits of aloe that crop up from the semi-rocky patches make the camping a little bit easier as you get a little further in. It is as you are crossing just such a spot that some of you notice something odd, and I need all of you in the group to make a perception check.
Oh.
Come on, kids.
10.
17.
13.
19. We look at Vin, and his eyes are just covered with sand.
Yeah, just don't say it.
Just a faint redness.
Yeah,
Oh,
dim
boy.
blue.
Yeah, Vin, this has been miserable for you.
Yeah, I'm just following Leonard. Just,
And
just
14
like
too,
useless.
you know, the sand, especially when the wind picks up and you get this kind of, this blowing kind of almost like sand blinding kind of travel, and the joints fill up with sand, and it's miserable. But you've been fighting through it, and but your perception is quite low. Who rolled below 17?
Me.
Jetchy.
Okay. And above that would be Thorcum Kins.
I was exactly 17.
Exactly 17. So Belrissa, Jeshi, and Vinadil all rolled below. Okay. Remember that. All right? As we go into one of Griot's.
Okay, we love them. We're yay. Love them.
Little
Just loved
Griot's
that
Guide
this
to the
morning.
Wildlands.
It's a compliment that we know it's going to be painful.
That reaction right there.
Jay, can I have an animal since kind of the day just started?
Can I have an
Oh,
animal?
for sure.
Leonard.
Yeah, why don't we just say the badger's still around, just
Oh,
for the
but I
sake
wanted
of
to roll
fun.
in-
You want to roll? Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
It could
Badger.
be different.
Really not interesting.
Oh, it's a weasel.
A weasel.
Weasel. Way
A weasel
worse.
died one of the last
Way
times we
the
did this.
animal of the day
Weasel.
is a weasel, and Ziggy's just a couple times he like literally tries to. He's like, ugh.
He's pouncing on it.
trying to catch it, and was disappointed when he. Yesterday was a giant elk, which was a lot of fun. Except it did not like walking through the desert, but Ziggy liked to be able to ride, get a ride. But anyway, you have a weasel with you. Okay, so.
Unhelpful.
So, Thorcum, you rolled a 19, you said?
Yes, sir.
Kins, you rolled a 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me think here.
Is it quicksand?
Okay, so the way we're going to run this is everything that's going to happen is happening to you guys somewhat individually. Okay, and then there'll be an opportunity to work together. But try to think of this as kind of like each of you are, you've been hiking through the desert for like a week and a half now. You're all just like sunburned and kind of like you've talked to death about every known topic. Like you're all just kind of in the zone, not really like actively chatting it up. Kins, you got it.
I'm still going.
You're kind of nosing in a book here. So you're all kind of noticing this stuff individually, right? So Kins, you notice a subtle change in the topography up ahead. There's a slight depression in the ground, and it gives you the impression that something about the area in front of you is a bit unusual. Thorcum. Remember, Thorcum's the only one who sees this, so you guys have to act accordingly. Okay, Thorcum, you're able to see that the terrain before you actually looks like some kind of sand pit. The earth appears to have settled in an unusual way, indicating that there's something perhaps below the surface, though it's very difficult to understand what lies beneath or if any of the ground around is stable. You just kind of get the impression that something's there.
Do I have time to like warn everybody?
You have, let me just double check this. If you
I'm trying, guys.
So Thorcum and Kins, based on what you've just heard, you can now kind of have the opportunity to make another check to try to determine more about what you're seeing. You can, for example, you could make an investigation check to try to discover more, try to learn what's going on. You could make a nature or a survival check if you prefer that, to try to understand what it is.
And we have to do this individually. So I rolled a 17 on the investigation.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for survival. 10.
10. Okay. So, Kins, you've essentially given it a look over with your survival and trying to determine, and it seems fine. Maybe, back to your book.
Good. Sync with this book.
Thorcum, you take a minute. It's been a long hike through the desert, but you immediately kind of snap out of it, and you're looking around. The area ahead of you is clearly a sinkhole. You're not only able to tell that the ground is unstable and about to collapse, but anything nearby is going to get dragged within its radius and probably pulled underground. You are also able to tell kind of the exact dimensions of it. So you in particular are able to see exactly kind of the boundaries of this sinkhole, if you can kind of visualize that.
Yeah, I'm going to stop immediately, like walking. Oh no!
Everyone's favorite music.
The John Williams Orchestra just showed up.
Okay.
I lost it.
So, here's how this is going to work, all right? Everybody except for Thorcum is surprised, and you have disadvantage on what's coming next because you did not see this.
Okay.
You're literally just walking forward, and Thorcum, you didn't notice it. You can kind of imagine that you didn't really notice this until the very last second, and you'll have an opportunity to help, but everybody's already you imagine it maybe that you're kind of in the back of the pack and didn't really see it in time to really warn everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Sorry, guys. Good luck.
So first thing we're gonna do is everybody roll initiative.
Here.
Let me throw
You wanna put the box up?
Versus the
Yep,
sand.
This is gonna determine
Oh my gosh.
the order in which we react to this situation.
Oh, do we need to? Okay.
Do I get any advantage on this?
This is just initiative, so there's no advantage on this.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go ahead and order you guys. Okay, great. Now, as we kick this off, I need everybody to make a strength saving throw as the sand underneath your feet begins to give way, and basically the whole dune you're walking on just starts to collapse underneath you, and you start to get immediately pulled towards the bottom of this dune as everything just starts to sink.
Great.
Jay, do you think anyone is near me? Within 10 feet?
I would say probably everybody.
Did you say
Within 10 feet?
Yeah.
I'm on Leonard.
Yes, you are.
Maybe not Kins because of being on Leonard.
No.
No, actually, no. Sorry, I'm trying to visualize. Like 10 feet is not that much. You know, you guys are.
How tall is a camel?
Let's see. I would say. Yeah, you guys. It's fine. Everybody's within 10 feet of Jeshi. I don't know. I
plus
don't know
2.
if there's a reason why you wouldn't.
Plus 2. And this is with disadvantage.
This
you
is.
said
Roll the-
we have disadvantage
sorry.
on this?
Except
If
for
you,
me.
everybody
forgot to roll.
except for Thorcum has disadvantage because you are
Ooh.
surprised entirely
Okay.
by the situation. So we had a negative one, a natural 1 from Jeshi on the strength saving throw, and we had a 2
I'm
from
so
Belrissa,
strong.
Yeah.
and a 6 from Kins.
We're real
two.
strong.
A 3 from Vinny, a 2
3.
from
And
Oh
Vinny
my
rolled a
lord.
3.
We're just
Y'all.
rolling down
This
the
is what
sand at
happens
this
when we
point.
have Grio's guide.
How
Are
many
not our
episodes did we
strongest
make it,
roll.
guys?
Huh?
19.
I
Should-
rolled a 16 and 13 or 14 basically rolled a 13, and I'm gonna give him inspiration. I'm just gonna command him to leap backwards.
Do you want me to roll for Leonard? The camel.
Okay, so there's a lot of mechanics here that I'm working my way through, so
Yeah.
bear with me. This is the first time running this really cool thing here, this event. So a couple things. So Thorcum, you have Thorcum, using some sort of mechanical means. That could be using 14, it could be using a rope or something in your pack, etc. You can grant advantage to one person because you made the saves and knew what was coming.
Oh, I made both. I made the save and 14 made the save with what I did.
No, you can grant advantage to someone else in your party
Okay.
by extending a rope to them.
I will give
or...
it to Jeshi. I will quickly just get my hempen rope out and throw it.
Okay, so you're going to grant advantage to Jeshi.
And I'm going to have 14 to hold the rope. I'm not holding it.
Okay.
I'm drowning.
So it turns his 1 into an 11.
13.
A
No,
13,
it's built in. It's built in. So 11.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Martin, you rolled an 11 and a 9.
I rolled a 16 for myself.
Okay. Oh,
And
that was
then-
for
and
your
the
buddy there.
And then 14 can't be surprised. So, like, he rolled an 11 plus 2, and then I gave him plus 5. So an 18.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. So
Looking good, guys.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm just gonna like.
there's a lot of single digits on the board right now.
Yep.
Yep.
So Jeshi gets to re-roll, right? Or no, he takes
No,
the
he
high.
already
Just
rolled
takes
it.
the-
He
yeah.
takes the higher one. Yeah. Okay. It's really important that I do this right, so I need to take a minute to read this. So I think this is a
Alright.
perfect time for us to take an intermission,
Take an intermission.
and I'm gonna study this for a second because I don't want to. There's a lot of really low rolls on the board right now, so the last thing I want to do is run this incorrectly.
TBK.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
so Jay's
that's our
it's like,
dad.
hold on, what happens
Yeah.
when they all miss? Yeah.
I can tell you that every single one of you failing the save, even with the advantage, was not expected. So we're gonna find out in 5
Not
or 6
expected?
minutes
Great.
So even
what happens.
14 with an
Nobody
18
even
failed?
came close to making the save. Yeah.
We
How
are
are we
not.
gonna
We
make
are not
this? Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, that doesn't seem
insane is this?
possible.
Yeah.
We're only level 8.
I've got some feedback from mechanics.
The
Half of
Santa
you
doesn't
rolled like
care
a
what level
3.
you are.
Yeah, but he rolled an 18.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
And 18 doesn't make it either?
DC's 19.
That's
Oh my
terrible.
gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're going to take a few minutes. We're going to stretch our legs, grab a drink of water, bio break, and we'll see if we
waiting for-
TPK with the sand hole after 19 episodes in about 5 minutes. So we'll see you guys in a few. Okay, we're back.
Woo.
Yeah, Jay, I'm ready, but in these trying times, I'd love to give us a joke.
Ooh, lighten
A
the
little,
mood.
a little levity.
Release the tension a little bit.
Yes.
A bit
Okay.
of levity. What happened when the sorcerers forgot to plan a company meeting until the last minute? They decided to have an expeditious retreat.
Ah.
Thank you.
I think we should have voted for the other one.
Hey, we can tell the other one on Saturday and then compare.
Great idea, yes. But
Disappointed.
it's the second use of retreat, which is excellent. Like a company retreat versus...
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I mean,
I get it, I get
it's
Ah,
Now
good
we're
on
there.
so many
I
levels.
see.
I had 2 hours to digest it, so what I come up with.
That's funny.
So,
Okay.
DM, were you allow me a takesy backsy since I
No.
saw his roll? You will not. Okay.
No. He's like,
takesy
no.
backsies.
It's like, I want to see what happens.
We
when
all
it's-
die.
No takesy
No
backsies.
refunds or exchanges.
What we don't know yet is there's a magical temple of wonder at the bottom of this sinkhole
Hey.
Oh yeah.
that we all.
Let me ask you guys
So
a
we all
question.
gently
Do you
slide
like
down
these
there.
characters?
Do you like-
Yes.
No, we'll just put them in robots. It's fine.
All
could take
gonna
it or
be-
Now-
leave it.
Campaign over. Thanks, Grios.
I have some
then they
I have some
all wake
anecdotes
up.
about this, but I'm gonna save them for after.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The ground collapses. Okay, so let me recap if you just joined us after the intermission. So these guys have been hiking across the desert for like a week and a half now. And everybody's all like dusty and tired, and Jeshi's all smelly and sweaty, and even the demon cat is just like over it and just hiding in a bag. Like, so everybody's, you know, our perception checks were a little low. Everybody except for Thorcom rolled pretty low and did not see the large depression out in front, which was a natural, basically a natural thing. Sinkholes appear, you know, just naturally from the accumulation of sand on top of subterranean structures and whatnot. And sure enough, this was one. Thorcom, you noticed one, and it gave you some advantages, like advantage for yourself to try to grab onto something. Also, it gave you the ability to grant advantage to someone else by, you know, having. I think you threw a rope to Jeshi, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and nobody made the saving throw as the entire dune just starts to collapse from the being disturbed by the weight of you guys, and almost like an avalanche. Just it was just enough. You tipped the scales and everything just collapsed, and all the sand has poured down into this vertical shaft. You guys are almost immediately, like literally in seconds, just pulled down by the absolutely astounding weight of the sand and dirt and debris, and within seconds everybody is just completely buried. Everybody is buried by sand. All of you are currently restrained and suffocating. Every single one of you.
Great.
You don't know how deep you are, and you all take 17 points of bludgeoning damage from just being crushed by dirt and debris. And literally all of you are dying right now. Vinadil, you're the first in initiative.
I also don't need to breathe, so
Hey,
I
all right.
I just take a little chill. I realize
You
everyone else
son
is
of a gun.
probably a little scared right now. So
Yeah,
so-
and I do listen. Not that this isn't tense enough, but pay attention. And you guys are in a pretty dire situation right now, and you have very little chances to save each other. Vin, you're up.
Great.
All right, so I am going to try to move. Like, what happens when I try to...
You're restrained. Your movement is 0. And
Restrained, his movement is 0. Okay.
Yeah, we can't do anything, man.
Well, but normally in a restrained situation, I could make some kind of check to unrestrain myself. Right? Like I could break out of a grapple or something like that.
I would basically the mechanics generally are you're unable to free yourself through non-magical means.
Gotcha.
You're literally just like.
Good thing I'm a fighter rogue. Hold on, let me
Now
consider
I will
all my
say
magical
we
needs.
we have a homebrew rule that grants cinematic advantage. So
Right.
I'm not gonna say if you have some really badass like super awesome idea,
Yeah.
I'm always willing to listen. But generally speaking, you're just buried under like who knows how much sand and debris right now. You're not suffocating because you don't need to
No,
breathe.
yeah. I'm like, well, someone will find me eventually. When the sands
2,000
move.
years later.
Yeah, it's like
You guys can see the initiative order, so if everybody could be thinking hard about what they're going to do and be ready.
All right. Well, then what I am gonna do is take a moment. I'm gonna try to yell if I can and just see what happens. Like, and just say, "Can anyone hear me? Is anybody else okay?" And then I'm gonna use second wind and heal myself a little bit.
Okay. Everybody make a perception check.
Well,
12.
At 20.
19.
Okay. Jeshi and Thorcum, you hear what you're pretty sure is Vinadil shouting from not too far away from you, but it's really muffled and barely audible. But you have a general idea of where he is relative to yourself.
And then basically, like, I just, if you can picture it, what I was trying to do was just move and dash move, right? So I'm just like, that's what I did. It might not have gone anywhere, but so that was my effort that turn, was just, can I move if I spend all of my energy to just move something? And so when I didn't, I yelled out to everybody and then used my action to do second wind. So.
Okay. I would say that you, even with the substantial effort, you're not able to move.
Yeah.
And that's what you learned from attempting to do that. Like basically, you're able to sort of like move, like displace sand, but more just fills in immediately.
Right.
Belrissa.
Can I use fireball like a spaceship, like a rocket?
What?
shoot out of the sand.
Let's make a rule here. Everyone has to audibly say their plan before they do it and
my
get a
God.
thumbs up or down.
When
Cool.
when I laugh at you guys, I'm not laughing at you.
Larissa.
I'm laughing with you.
You literally have one spell you can use to get out of this.
I have Misty Step, but it does say in there it is a point that you can see,
Oh, that you can
and I
see.
cannot see anything.
But you wouldn't be restrained.
Can I miss?
Can you-
Can I even do it if I can't see anywhere
Hey,
to go?
hey, are you something happened, so I don't. Everybody's under. Are you under there? Are you?
Yeah, I'm under here.
I can sense you under there. Well, I don't know what to do though. The
you-
weasel's here.
are
He
you
dove
not-
out of the way.
Are you not under?
Could the weasel dig you out? I mean, that's.
If only we had a badger, something that could dig. Like,
Hold on, wait. what can Ziggy do?
You can see through his eyes.
Oh, I can, yes. Oh, I can see through him. Okay, I'm definitely Misty stepping out of here. If he's not in here, yes. A point that I can see through Ziggy's eyes, I will Misty step out. And then I have something else I'm going to do. Because Misty Step's bonus action.
Okay. This is legit. You can see through Ziggy's eyes using your, that's part of your warlock abilities that you chose. Devil's Sight, is that what it's called? Some cool sight thing that you have.
It's just the Pact of
the Chain, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or
so
Voice of the Chain. One of those two things.
Yeah, you can see through Ziggy, and I'm going to say that that's totally fine. That you can now see a point, you cast Misty Step, and get yourself out of the sand.
Sweet.
You now land on top. Basically, what you see above the sand, Belrissa, is that the entire thing is collapsed, and you're now sort of in this like pseudo underground cavern. Like it looks like it was probably a cavern at one point. It is now mostly collapsed, but you're kind of standing on top of a huge pile of sand, and you kind of get the sense that I'm gonna say, okay, sorry.
How big is this area?
It is about 25 feet in diameter. This whole sort of huge sinkhole thing, and you look like you're about 15 feet down from where you started. So everybody kind of collapsed and fell fairly far. But based on that, you can kind of get an idea that like everybody's kind of in the same general area, like underneath the sand, you know, from where you fell.
Okay.
So what you can do is, let me just double check this again.
No, none of us are typing notes to each other. Don't pay attention to any of the
Oh, yeah,
clicking
we
you
are.
hear.
Furiously clickety clacking.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute my mic. Kids is stressed.
So that was actually a bonus action. Misty Step is a bonus action, so you still have your main
Yes.
action, and you can use that action to try to literally just dig somebody out.
Fireball the sand? No, not like
No,
You can make a lot of glass really fast.
I'm gonna cast
With a fireball.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire down because it is a 20-foot cube and it illuminates everyone in a 10-foot radius. So I'm hoping that I will see glowing up from the sand and know where to dig for each person.
Oh, okay.
Fire's good.
So, interesting. All right, so Belrissa, this is a pretty cool sequence of events. So, Ziggy's hovering.
Good that you're going first.
Yeah.
Ziggy's hovering above the disaster. You look through his eyes, Misty Step out of the restrained hole, land on top of the sand, and then cast Fairy Fire, which illuminates the bodies, basically, of all the people. What's the radius of Fairy Fire?
The Fairy Fire itself is a 10-foot cube.
Okay.
And then they illuminate in a 10-foot radius each person.
Okay.
So as long as they're not
It's only
more
10 foot? I thought it was bigger than that.
they shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, what's this? It should have a little, I don't have it anymore because I'm not a dro, but I thought it was 20-foot cube.
The
for the spell.
20-foot cube.
Radius
Yes.
is it's 20.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
spell
yeah,
itself
yeah.
is 20 foot, and then each person illuminates light in 10 feet.
Yeah.
once
So
they're-
it should
once
almost
they're
be able to
hit.
fill up the whole.
Everybody
The whole
roll, everybody except Belrissa, just roll a d20. And then if anyone rolls below a 6, let me know.
I did. 2.
11.
14.
Natural 20.
Vin's real shiny from
That's
just
right.
really, really
Yeah.
shiny.
He's metal.
Belrissa,
That's right.
three bodies light up. No, I suppose it would be 4 because of 14. Roll 1 for 14 as well. He's part of the team, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's got his own
I
artwork.
for him.
Leonard is gone.
Like 14 is definitely you rolled Nate. He's definitely not in any danger.
Yeah. So
just
you
chilling.
see Belrissa, you see 4 forms up here from your fairy fire. In the general, you can cover almost the entire area of the sinkhole with fairy fire. So
Sweet.
unclear what to do with that
My
information.
next turn, I will start digging.
But you can
in
now
a
see
focused
them.
way.
For sure. Okay, very cool turn. At least one of you is not going to suffocate, and at least two of you, technically.
Yeah, that's right. Me and 14, man. We're good. We're good.
Yep. Okay, great. I don't want anybody to die. I'm not that kind of DM.
We can hold our breath for a few rounds. Like, we know.
You can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier.
Number of rounds. I thought it was number of
That's
minutes.
why you
No.
asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
That's
cold
the
breath
mech-
is much longer.
That's the mechanics of this encounter.
Of this
Oh,
thing.
what?
It because it like squeezes the air out of your
You're
lungs or
compressed
something.
Yeah, you got the wind
So
knocked out of you,
stupid.
Oh
and
man, ouch. Okay, well I'm more scared now. At first I was like, it's like 3 minutes. That's
I
forever.
was scared as soon as
Like-
Jay gave us that like warning at the beginning. Like,
A
oh,
suffocating-
God,
Warning.
Yeah, no.
this is serious.
Okay.
All right.
suffocating. Now I'm curious about something. Yeah. Okay. It's not holding your breath. Suffocating is a condition, and the rules state that a creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes. It says minutes.
Minutes. Yeah, this is not a D&D thing.
Okay.
That's
This
like
says
one of the
But it
only
is-
things to con.
It is
All right,
way
all right.
more intense if they
All right.
rewrote the rules, because like
Yeah.
rounds per Constitution modifier is
Now,
way more intense.
I'm
Yeah.
going
we
to
have
assume
like 40 rounds.
I'm going to assume that that's intentional and that these mechanics were written intentionally because, I mean, imagine like out of nowhere you just get collapsed and caved in, like the wind is knocked. It's not like you're taking a deep breath and ready to go for a swim.
Sand fills
And
your
if you
mouth.
die, you can call Brian and Drew at
That's right.
Next Level Gaming at
Here's their
555-5555.
That's right.
Okay.
What did you do?
All right. So, who's up?
That's
Thorcum.
me, but basically, like, I have...
Can you do some crazy artificer thing?
No, dude. This is like, restrained is bullshit.
For the first time in
when I
history,
did-
Thorcum
I
doesn't
can
have
do
a
s-
move
I
up
can-
his sleeve here.
I can do something with, like, action economy shenanigans, but will you let me do it is the thing. It's something I wanted to plow out for a long time. I will take damage.
Are you going to be a spaceship?
Do you want me to say it?
Are you going to be a fireball spaceship? Is that...
No.
Do I want you to say... Yeah. Well,
It's something... Okay. I can technically...
unless you want to save
I
it
can
and
technically
die and never get a chance.
Levitate myself,
Okay.
reduce my weight to 0, and then hold that action and abuse the action economy. So do it at the end of the round, like my turn, and then catapult myself straight up.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It does sound
No,
awesome.
you should just roll over and die.
I love that.
This is your perfect chance to try to catapult.
Do
this
it.
is basically what I want to do, is just like roll over and die.
Just cannonball yourself out of the sand.
I don't quite understand though. So why hold your turn, like, or hold your action? What's the point of that?
Because of the timing, like I thought about this in terms of like reduce and large kind of thing.
Okay.
So if I reduce myself, I would suddenly become less in the space. But reducing doesn't mean I could catapult because that has a weight requirement. So levitate, I wouldn't technically have to, but if I'm going to take damage and have to make a concentration, then I would want to do it the last possible moment at the end of the round, where I'm not going to take that damage. Like, to finagle it so I don't have to make the concentration check and be able to, Thorcum rocket, like, straight up. And take a lot of damage. I take like 3d8. Just
Okay.
based on the spell.
Come out the other side dead.
If I would regret it forever if we don't try this, Thorcum.
Yeah.
Levitate and catapult yourself magically out of a cave
can
of
levitate,
sand.
And
So that's
each
two
time-
rounds, right?
I can't technically do this until like next turn.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna cast levitate on yourself, which doesn't necessarily.
at the end of the round, because I don't want to do concentration checks.
Okay.
Because
right.
I know
So,
the shenanigans of these.
well, you still. I mean, don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So casting, you can hold an action to cast a spell based on a trigger, and I think that I don't see any reason why. Plus, it doesn't change anything. So, you basically are going to cast levitate, which reduces your weight to 0, but it doesn't like literally levitate you, but it reduces your weight to nothing, so you can float. So then you could sort of push off a surface and fly up.
Catapult.
But you are, underneath the sand or whatever. So
I need more power. More power.
So you're weightless, but also not going anywhere because you're still restrained. So you're going to use that as your action. You don't have any movement. You do have a bonus action.
I can't see. I can't miss you stuff.
All right.
You can call out to me, Thorcum, with comforting
What
words.
is that gonna do? Don't worry, Vin. We're gonna die together.
Oh no.
Okay. Who's next?
Me.
All right, Kins.
Okay.
All right,
Is-
magic people. You guys got Alice here.
Is this sand moist at all? Is it wet?
Only from your tears.
Only from
Or
your
is it
tears.
just literally just sand that we just fell
A little
in?
bit
Because
salty.
it matters for what I want to do.
I don't think it's moist at all. You're in a dry desert.
It could be quicksand, which has water in it, which is just why it's quicksand.
It could. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. No, it's a fair question, but it's not. It's,
All right.
And I will say, because I'm meta the crap out of this because you
Terrifying.
have a spell that moves Earth.
I know
I'm
it
just saying
does,
that.
but I want to help others simultaneously as I'm helping myself. That is what I'm trying to weigh. Okay.
can't see-
that
Anybody,
isn't
just
a
help
part of
yourself.
Thorcum's ethos.
I
It's just-
Survive.
I will use my cantrip mold earth to excavate. I'm imagining me excavating and trying to like get myself above so I can breathe and not be suffocating anymore for my position where I am.
How much earth can you move with mold
I can
earth?
move a 5-foot cube, so my size. A kin size molding of earth.
I'm just
It does
checking
not
if
cause
that's.
damage.
Yeah, I'm just
also.
checking if that's enough, and looking if there's a stat for how.
Yeah, it might be a
How
multiple
deep?
round. Yeah, a multiple round thing. Well, I mean, Belrissa should know how far underneath the surface is she?
I will say, okay.
I'm glowing.
Okay, I got it.
So Jay,
Yes.
theory of the mind. If Kins does this above her and she compacts the sand above her, Minecraft style.
Minecraft.
Would that give her like room? Would that like?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I just need to breathe. That's what all my goal is with mold earth.
So okay, so here's what you're able to do. You can basically you're deeper than that, which you don't know, to be fair, right? So you start molding earth with your cantrip, and realize that you're deeper than 5 feet. So, but you are able to like push a bunch of stuff out of the way, and things kind of start to collapse a little bit, and you're able. I'm gonna imagine you're able to do it in a way where you can kind of like just create a little bit of space. Probably not a full
Like a
5-foot
funnel.
cube. Yeah, exactly. Like kind of move things in almost a way where you can kind of compact it, which is maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I think, considering the clever use of the spell, I think we can make that work. So you're not freed, but you can at least take a breath and probably have a little bit of, a few feet to kind of move around a little bit.
Okay, so can I move up, like my body up, or no? Am I still like stuck?
I think that you could stand up from being prone, but kind of like hunched over, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So, you're not standing tall, but you can at least kind of crouch and get up on your feet in
All
this
right.
space this like crevasse you've created for yourself.
Okay, I will do that to get up. So mold earth was my action cantrip. So I would like to use my bonus action to healing word myself a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, great.
And that'll be my turn. Okay, there we go. I just don't want to die. I love kittens so much. Please don't die. I will be calling Brian if I do, though. Andrew, I'll be
Jessie.
calling you.
Okay. First question. Where is Leonard?
Oh, Leonard.
I didn't make a strength save. It feels like I need to for him for this turn to make sense.
Okay. Sure, yeah. I mean, I had considered he just went the way of the weasel. But-
You said Weasel was up there.
yeah, you're right.
He's
You're right.
good.
The
That's a
weasel.
joke.
The weasel's good. Yeah.
You know what? It's fine. So it feels. Hold on one second.
He's like, Leonard, natural 20 gives me advantage. Makes the save. I climb out.
So, if he. Hold on. Yeah, it matters. It matters whether he died or not. So
All right, make strength save for Leonard.
he
With,
has +3 with disadvantage.
Yeah, I would say so, because I can't think of a good reason why he would be.
Okay, he died. he rolled a 7.
A seven.
I don't know why I added them.
How many
but
hit points
yeah,
does
he was
Leonard have?
15.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the 17 points.
So
would've been
that's
it.
actually better. He's dead. So I use my action to summon him again. And so here's a key question. So I don't need to see where I'm summoning him to,
Mm-hmm.
as long as there's an open space for him within, I guess, 30 feet.
Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the steed takes on a form that you choose, etc., etc.
Because I've already had the camel, it has to be a camel
Yeah.
today.
Okay. Your steed's. Yeah, you're right. Good interpretation. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to see the space, and it just says an unoccupied. So it could be like random, basically where it appears. Belrissa, right? Kind of probably like 8 or 9 feet away from you. Leonard, the spectral camel, just kind of appears and just starts spitting everywhere. Whatever camels do. Just, he's there.
All right. Hey, Leonard.
I don't know what camels sound like. Okay, so stage 1. So Leonard, so now we have telepathy. So I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you, like, it says we have an instinctive bond. We work and fight as a seamless unit. Do you think that Leonard knows where I am?
Reading.
What does a camel know? It's a good question.
Nobody really knows.
Camels
Science
should
is
be pretty
baffled.
smart.
You should talk to Leonard.
I should talk to him. I don't think he can talk back, but he understands.
No, I can see Jessie talking to Leonard, just having a casual
we
conversation.
talk.
Oh,
Okay.
doesn't Kins have like speak with animals? You could be the translator.
Oh my gosh. This is what Leonard really thinks of you.
Leonard.
Additionally, if your steed has an intelligence of 5 or less, its intelligence becomes 6, and it gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that you speak.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Jessie, there's nothing in here that suggests it would know where you are, but you
Okay.
can communicate with it telepathically. And Belrissa has illuminated the bodies of several of you, one of which is shorter than the rest, somewhat dwarf shaped. So I would say For Leonard, make a perception check with advantage
Oh, Leonard.
to see if
let me see his stats.
Leonard can sort this out here.
He's
Come
just
on,
sitting there,
Leonard.
just kind of slowly chewing, just looking down at the sand, like
Perception with advantage. Perception is int, right? No, it's a wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay, so he's a wisdom -1. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
Come on, Leonard.
I'm just gonna roll 2d20. I can do that mental math, right?
-1. Jeshy,
Oh
questionable.
wait, did it
Jeff.
freeze?
Oh, you got it.
Oh.
9.
9. No. It isn't able to discern which one of the glowing things is you. Though
Okay. So
it's-
let me pause just for 1 second. I want to make sure about something
okay.
that might help him understand which one is me. So I need to see Dark Forge. So,
Vin, you're next.
I'm sorry for this taking so long, but obviously we only have so many turns, so I gotta get it right.
All right. Side note, Jade. Do you see the names of these songs when you play them? 'Cause I swear this comes from Galactic Civilizations. But anyway, I'm hearing it and I'm like, I know this song.
So Dark Forge has an ability to consume shadows.
Okay.
It doesn't say in the document you gave me whether that is like an action or a bonus action. Or
I think that
whatever.
line is in reference to the other ability. Like it needs the bonding one. It's kind of like flavor for that ability. Like it consumes those shadows in order to. Right? Does that make sense? I'd have to read.
Yeah, but it also doesn't. So it just says once a day. So, but it doesn't say like is it an action or a bonus action.
To consume the shadows.
Yeah.
Well,
Once
where are you
per-
going with this?
It emits very bright light,
Okay.
which might help people like see me.
I think in this case you're pretty deep underground, so I don't think the light's gonna escape anyway.
Okay.
So if there's something else you can come up with Darkforge, your hammer's abilities, maybe. But I think the light emitting from Darkforge is probably not gonna escape the sand. And with the shadow thing, similarly, you'd be able to consume shadows, I guess, from the hole, but no one else is going to see that.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna have Leonard start digging towards whatever he thinks is me.
Okay. Can he make an action like what's his deal like in terms of are you able to?
Yeah, my understanding is he's like a full beast, so he has his own turn if I wanted to. Generally, I haven't been doing it just because,
Yeah.
I just ride him, and so his action is dashing and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So there's a mechanic for that with the Grios thing. So
Digging.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
So have
like to
Leonard make
imagine-
an athletics check or a strength check
Okay.
for because he won't have athletics. Just basically a
+3.
general strength check. And he's not able to utilize, any tools or shovels or anything. So
His teeth. 19.
19. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to. So Leonard successfully uncovers one of you.
Okay.
With
you want me
his-
to roll like a D4?
Oh my gosh.
Which is crazy. I mean, I can't think of a reason why that wouldn't work. I mean,
He's a big ass camel.
Yeah, and he's stronger than all of you combined, apparently. With the only meaningful strength check all night.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So currently we have Vinadil, Jeshi, Thorcum, and 14 and Kins are all buried still, right? Belris is the only one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 doesn't matter.
But he can't. It doesn't matter. But he can't see Thorcum's outlining. So I'd like to say it just be the 4 that he can see the outline of.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say everybody roll a d20, and whoever rolls highest is the one who is found by the camel.
Winner. Oh,
Gosh, I hope
not
it's
kids.
Not me. I hope it's not me. All right, good.
19.
It's his
me.
pal.
Aww.
Yay! Len
Okay.
So
saved
sweet.
you.
It's that smell from earlier, all the sweat and the, it's just gross.
You know what it is? It's the tainted good berry.
He smells it. He smells
Emits.
it.
It's, yeah.
Okay,
It's very bad.
that worked out. Wow, all right, that worked out really nicely. So you
I
used your
did not think I had a chance. So this
you
is
used your
going
action
well.
to resummon your steed, who was then able to smell and
Dig you out.
dig you out. I mean,
That's hilarious.
I don't know why that wouldn't work. Come at me, chat. So
That's right.
No, now you're gonna get Brian and Drew calling you.
That's right.
Yep.
There's no
way
way
a
that
camel
could
could
work.
save him.
Grio's Guide to the Wildlands, defeated by camels. Excellent. Vinadil. Speaking of
So,
not dying.
I
no, you
remember.
don't agree.
Dying.
I'm not dying. I'm just chilling.
He's already
but-
dead.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the nice things about being already dead. So I am actually at this point wanting them not to waste energy on me. So I'm gonna do whatever I can just to kind of like. So I'm picturing. I'm gonna reach into my try to reach into my backpack and pull out an item, and then pull it up in front of me to where I can use it like in a little space. If I can create just like a little space of air below me, and I have a bell for whatever reason in my backpack. No idea, but it's there in my inventory. And I'm just gonna ding it. And I'm gonna be like, save me last! Save me last! And just like, you know.
You have a bell in your inventory?
I have a bell in my inventory. I have no idea why, but I have it there. And
Everyone make a perception check.
it's a communication utility item is what it is, and so I'm using it to communicate. Ding, ding, ding,
What a
ding,
description.
What are you doing like
16.
this in Morse code or something?
No, I mean, I'm talking too,
Also
but just in
16.
case, just so you can hear where the bell's coming from and know, like, you could save me last. I'm okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need to
Perception
breathe.
check?
Hilarious.
Perception.
Like,
6.
I just can't.
so I just digging my little bit. Ding, 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 ding.
Jeshi and
ding, like-
Kins, you just hear a bell ringing. Somebody's in deep trouble. Somebody
I know that's
somebody
what
went
I'm
through the
thinking.
trouble to ring a bell under the dirt. They must be
Rose
they
on
must
the
be
Titanic.
in
Blowing the
Right,
whistle.
yeah.
serious
is-
trouble.
Maybe this
Oh,
isn't working
dear.
as well. It's like this is the non-emergency bell. Like,
You're doing Morse code, but it's SOS, but you decided to do it backwards, and unfortunately,
Oh no.
it's the same thing. It's
Danger.
OSO. OSO. Yeah, no.
I can't.
All right, Belrissa, you're up.
All right. I find the brightest light, whichever one is like the most bright, and then I yell dig, and I drag Leonard over, and I drag Weasel, like everyone dig.
All my
Weasel.
animal friends.
Weasel's not
Weasel.
getting out of this. He has to dig.
So tiny.
So
Weasel
Ziggy
lived the fall. though?
Ziggy flies over and just starts like cat digging, and he's gonna use he can use a help action to help you out, right?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
And then yeah.
So-
So I'm gonna
okay, so
dig
you're
with
gonna-
my shield.
Okay,
Like-
so you have advantage on a strength athletics check.
Also, Jeshi's here too, right? Oh, but he doesn't have his
Well,
action yet.
Yeah, on his
Okay.
turn he can.
You can hold the help.
She already has advantage, so
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you're good. You got all kinds of animals. You're like Snow White over here, just like trying to dig a hole. It's like-
Commanding them to
There's a
dig.
It's
lovely
like these
bell in
these
the
birds just
background.
start chirping all over the place, and there's a dwarf in the background watching.
Yeah, there you go. It is Snow White.
Okay,
Wait, what am
athletics
I
check.
doing? Athletics check. With advantage, you said?
With advantage, yeah.
All right.
All you need is a nat 20. You can do this.
Come on.
That is a 10. And that one is a 15. Did I make it? Does 15 make it?
15 makes it.
Yay!
Yay!
All
What
right.
did I get?
So who's still lit up and underground? It's Vinadil and Kins, right?
Yeah.
14.
And 14. Okay, so all three of you, please roll a d20 and let's see which one of you she digs out of this hole.
Just to double check with you, Jay, what happened on Kin's turn? She breathed.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, she took a
I have a
breath.
pocket of.
Yeah.
So it's at least not
Roll
necessarily
for 14, Thorkum.
like you're gonna die this round.
There's probably not,
I'm not.
unlimited oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just chill down here with my book.
No, just the humanoids. 14 doesn't matter.
Well, I know, but they
What,
might
is he not
accidentally
very
pull him
fired?
up. They might pull him up
He's-
accidentally.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point. Is he might.
I mean, I'm ringing my bell, man. I get you. I
No,
don't
he
want to be
doesn't.
saved either. Oh, look at that.
Hey!
It's
Me and
Kins
14,
with
just
an
hanging
8.
out. Just hanging out.
Yeah. Okay. Belrissa, you managed to dig out Kins, who's just sitting there with her book calmly, like with a create flame in hand, like gotta get through this book, you know, just hanging out,
She's reading.
making
Oh.
light of the situation. Very nice. Okay, Kins, you are.
You
I
got
mean, you're
another
still in a
6
hole
seconds of
or
reading.
whatever, but you're no longer
Did Thorkum go?
suffocating and.
Oh, I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Belrissa, that's your action. Moving on to Thorkum. Unless you have a bonus action in mind, we're gonna move on.
No, I don't got anything.
All right, Thorkum, you're still underground.
No.
You are levitating.
What
I'm
we've
just
all
gonna
been
do my
waiting for.
thing.
Let's
Catapult.
do it.
Yeah.
Believe
Straight
in
up.
science.
90 feet.
So you're gonna catapult yourself
90 feet.
straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
This
love
is
it.
awesome.
Glorious.
I'm just gonna read the spell.
The
Real fast.
mechanics of the spell is once I hit, so I'll hit immediately,
Yeah.
and then basically
You're
I take
basically
3d8.
You're counting on the the force of the catapult to propel you through 10
Yeah.
feet of debris and sand.
Technically, I mean, I'm asking for cinematic advantage because the spell reads as soon as it hits something, it stops. But I know I'm like right there, so I'm aiming beyond.
It's
I
the
can't do
first
that,
grain of
You know,
sand.
then I
Oh,
just
you can do it, all right. It's just a matter of what happens. The object flies in a straight line, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface.
and this is not solid.
But does it say? Does it say with what kind of speed it travels or anything like that?
I mean, it's 90 feet like instantaneously, like
So 90
lot.
feet over
Seconds.
6
A
seconds,
lot of
basically.
speed. Yeah.
So 15 feet per second. Per second, probably. So, you know.
As Jay ponders this decision, let us juxtapose somebody who knows very little about the abilities that he has at his disposal, me, who has to use a camel to dig me out, and somebody like Thorkum, who has master class this self-catapulting rocket
How fast
launcher.
is 15 feet per second in miles per hour? Can you do that
As
for
soon
us
as
real
you can
quick?
Oh my gosh.
it's like
My
a lot.
God, no.
God no.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. You're 10 feet under solid dirt and debris. You're panicking. Your number one ethos is survival at all costs. You've got to get out of here. You do the first thing that comes to mind. You've always been clever with your abilities. You pride yourself on being able to come up with solutions like this. You're very intelligent. You immediately make yourself weightless and cast the catapult spell on yourself. Your intention is to depend on the force of the spell, maybe not to get you all the way through, but to somehow dislodge or to somehow create space enough where you can breathe and extend your life just a little bit more. Roll a d20.
Okay, so I feel like when I explained this, we should have gone through the spell then. So if this is like just gonna work on a technicality, I would do something different.
You called
Like,
for
literally.
cinematic advantage to
Yeah, I
try
did,
something.
but we didn't read the spell. Like,
You didn't. Okay, so you don't want to do this.
no, I mean this.
I didn't even tell you what's going to happen yet.
you.
All right. Well, hurry up. What are you going to do then?
Roll
Just
it,
enlarge
roll it.
myself.
Okay.
Literally, just bust out. I probably will take crushing damage there too. I just don't. Yeah.
No rocket Thorcum.
No rocket throw.
Nah.
A dream.
We don't get to
I
see what was going to happen
know.
then. All right.
I just
You-
become gigantic Thorcum.
You blast into Vinadil and ricochet backwards.
So, enlarge. Let's see. How enlarge reduce. The last time we tried this, you burst out of the inside of a reef horror that had devoured
Yes,
you,
I've not
Jeshi.
forgotten. Thank you. It haunts me.
I'm gonna say, since obviously we did this before and it worked, so I think it's gonna be the same result, but you won't take the extra damage, I think. So this is probably a better move overall. You are able to enlarge enough Thorcum where basically what I'm picturing is you're sort of like coming up out of the sand partially, but you're still almost completely restrained by all of the sand basically holding you down. So you're partially out.
You're
If that
telling
makes
me
sense.
a little giant dwarven head just
That's basically
pops
what
up.
I'm picturing.
It's
Yeah.
like you're at the beach and you've been buried up to your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, hey guys.
so
Oh,
so yeah,
hey,
so
guys.
so like an extra large Thorcum head just sort of like kind of like appears partially out of the sand, and it's like just barely where like he's all sideways, because it's not like you were standing up straight and just conveniently, enlarged perfectly standing up. Like you're mostly like kind of crooked and on your side. You're still sort of prone since you can't move. But I'm gonna say that most of your head is above sand, but you're still restrained.
And I still have to, like, for 14, like, I didn't take his turn last time. I would just have him start digging his way out. Like, he doesn't get exhausted. He doesn't need to breathe.
He's still restrained though. He can't.
He can't dig.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he doesn't matter.
All right, Kins,
Cool.
you're out.
Maybe
so
14 starts ringing a bell too.
Everyone just starts ringing bells.
Elbow, guys.
so I think
In harmony.
I think at this point everybody who needs to breathe is free. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we leave then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what he comes back as this time.
So for brevity's sake, we'll say that between the lot of you, mostly Leonard the camel does most of the work, but
Thanks, buddy.
you're able to dig out giant enlarged Thorcum who freed himself from suffocation with the enlarged spell. Vinadil, these guys are able to dig you out a few moments later, with the bell still ringing, just.
Good bell, buddy.
Ben, where did you get that bell? My gosh, I thought you were in danger.
No, this is. I was telling you guys, don't worry. You don't have to worry about me.
That's the safety. Don't worry bell.
That's the
Like,
safety,
who
don't
rings
worry
a
about.
bell
Should have
for
told
no
us that
reason?
at the
Nothing,
beginning.
like,
Okay, so
Clearly
next time,
different from the
next time you
emergency
ring a bell.
Ding ding.
yeah. Now I know for
Bell.
next time.
Well-known
emergency bell is-
communication implement.
It's more like a ding 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 ding, But this is just clearly just a nice ding 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 ding.
That's
Everything's
exactly
okay,
the
Belle.
same.
Buoy.
Completely different.
That was
Okay.
great, guys. When we went on break, I was like, everyone's gonna die. The show's over. I was like full on was thinking that, but that was super clever. Okay. So what I wanted to say before we dive back into the story, I got some notes from Drew at Next Level Gaming. He's one of the guys who is working on Grio's. that's what this. So if you didn't put that together, if you're watching, this is a playtesting encounter from Griot's Guide to the Wildlands, the Kickstarter that has a whole book full of like environmental disasters, and we've run a bunch of them, and this is a new one that's desert focused. So anyway, Drew was like, this is going to kill everybody if you're not careful. It's really, really dangerous. And then all of you failed to save, and I was like panicking, like, oh boy. Okay, great. But then he followed it up with, but your group works really well as a team, and I'm pretty sure they're going to save each other. So don't worry. I was like, okay, cool. I agree. I do think they work well as a team, particularly with their animals. And so
Good job, Ziggy.
nicely done.
I
Weasel
love
little-
it's like it just depends on your strength or your magical ability. Like, great. All right. Well, good thing I don't need to breathe, because I'm just gonna sit here at the bottom until someone with strength and or magical ability
Ding a
saves me.
bell.
That's right. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
So you guys have all managed to climb out, and
I thought it was a nice bell, man. It really kept me calm.
There you go. It works.
All right, sinkholes. That's a thing.
So
Let's
okay,
not
but now
sink anymore.
I mean, is this just a cave,
Yeah, are we in a cave now?
or is this any kind of?
did it open up a
interesting
place to
thing.
explore?
Last time we found an ancient druid that looked like a crocodile.
We did.
Yeah.
So you know.
It was pretty. It was sweet.
What do we find this time?
it's
Just
not.
Leonard.
It's actually not really much of an interesting cave. It's sort of a feature that maybe at one point was, but it's mainly just kind of an underground area that's been now caved in, and you're able to climb your way out. And as you climb out, and you come up over the next dune, just to kind of shake off all the dirt and the dust. And if you remember, the land had started to shift a little bit, and you're starting to see a little bit more rocks and less white sand rolling hills. And as you come up over one of those small hills, way out in the distance, maybe a mile or two away at most, you see what looks to be a large sandstone butte coming up out, and trees are growing around it, and there are there's actual green things, and you get the sense that is the oasis, that you're not that far off.
Guys, I got to tell you, I didn't know. You know, I don't know if you remember this. I've been close to drowning.
Oh, really?
Couple
A few
times.
times, yeah.
And like, that was also kind of like drowning, but it's sand. That's kind of crazy. Like, it's
Yeah,
not liquid.
indeed.
It's like, it was like sand.
I mean, we were walking on it the whole time, and then it decided to, just pull us down. So that's great, fun, so much fun.
I don't think I'm ever going to summon another steed other than Leonard.
Leonard is
He's
pretty.
your boy now?
He's great.
He saved me. Not 6 seconds after he died, he started saving me.
He
That's a
did.
real
He just
friend.
like appeared and then spat and then started
Yeah.
digging. I was like,
Let's
what
see
are you doing
Ziggy
there?
help you survive. Am I right?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Hey,
I didn't see what he helped you do.
He saved me.
Ziggy saved you?
He did. He somehow managed to not fall in the cave in, and then I could see through him. And then I was able to Misty step out.
Oh. So have you seen me giving him the middle finger?
Yes. I see all.
Sorry.
It's all right. I don't
Good
think
job,
you-
Ziggy.
Are you guys headed towards the oasis?
Yeah.
Who built an oasis like right next to a sinkhole? I guess I didn't know it was a sinkhole.
It was an oasis.
It's a
You're still
defensive
a couple
mechanism.
miles away. It's not you're right next.
Used to be a moat.
I'm not sure you necessarily get to decide where the oasis happens either.
Oh, that's
Like, I
true.
think-
They didn't,
I
like,
think the water
make
kind
it.
of. Yeah, I think the water probably
Yeah.
determines most of that.
Right.
But yes, this
All
is
right.
our.
Yeah, for sure. So, is it? Sorry, this is Kin's story, but is it more days of reading? Because it has to happen within 6 days, right? The reading.
Yeah, 6 days.
Okay.
Oh wow.
We've only done a few days, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
are we
what I'm
like 3 or
asking. is
4?
basically how much
I think
time
you're
it's
you're
going-
3 days
going
in.
3
Yeah.
days in. Mhm.
Yeah, and
So
you've managed. I think we said 24 hours total so far.
I gave myself 6 the first night, but
26.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not gonna cheat you any hours. Don't sweat it.
Speed read.
I wrote it down. No, yeah.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna roll one more animal just to go in the oasis with me, because Weasel's like, meh. So Pumbaa's here too.
Good old Pumbaa.
Pumbaa!
What do your animals
ready.
look like? Do they have any interesting qualities? Like, are they all shadowy and?
Yeah, I feel like they all have black fur and mohawks.
But this one has to look like Pumbaa.
Oh
In
yeah,
my
he
head-
looks like Pumbaa.
In my
But
head,
like
this is
Pumbaa with like a
from,
nose ring or something.
I'm
Yeah,
picturing like
Kin's
the
trots
black.
over and pets Pumbaa.
Nice.
The black
Ziggy
fur
looks
has
like
like
Meowth.
wisps of shadow kind of coming off of like certain parts of it, and they have these weird, almost white, kind of creepy eyes.
They're slightly dead looking. Yeah, like
Yeah.
demonish.
This
a
shadow
little bit.
sorceress influence of Belrissa is starting to creep in as her animals are slowly taking on a bit of those traits. All right, you guys.
Don't worry about it. It's
Walk towards the oasis, and
Oh yeah, guys. So guys, when we in the oasis, what's our story? Are we friends with the Tinker?
So it occurs to me.
Wanna
No, I
kill
don't
the
think
Tinker. What's our position on the Tinker?
so. Like, what if these guys like the Tinker and are like, "Oh, hey, Vin is ours now."
Right? Yeah. What if like they try and steal Vin?
Should we give Vin the cloak? He can disguise under it.
Should have
It's a
taken the
cool
hat from.
Oh, we
I
can give him
point over-
the necklace.
I point over at 14. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with this thing? Like,
Yeah, well, that's not.
sorry, at 18.
Just
Skip
skip
ahead.
on to the,
That's actually
just on the
that's
future. Yeah, crazy.
But you're the model he's after, not 14. He wants.
Yeah, he doesn't
the
care about
Vin
14.
model.
Yeah.
Well, then don't we have a disguise thing?
We do that. The hag necklace. Can that disguise?
But does the hag necklace?
robot?
No, it just disguises your internal, like,
it's like your
good
nature,
or
yeah.
evil.
I have a
I
disguise
just have-
kit.
I have disguise self. I don't know if that's gonna work for robot Vinny. It's more for
Oh,
like.
See, we can
we
always
could
try.
put more like metal on him over the metal and
Make it look like he's not the nice.
A piece
like
of
put
junk?
like a
Like all
scorpion
the other
tail
Tinker?
on him and like make him look all.
We didn't take
Messed
that
up.
stuff.
We did not.
I like
have
that
this-
idea.
Then let's rip your
Larissa.
arm off.
I have
real
like
quick.
three. I have like 3 crappy cores from those robots. We didn't take anything off them really.
We didn't take any of the spiders or.
Nope.
I think
think-
Vin will just assassinate them if they try
Yeah.
to take him. It will
We
be
could be
fine.
wary of
I mean,
it,
I
but
could
I think
put on the helper robe if we think that makes a difference, but I'm not sure red eyes poking out from a helper robe makes it a whole lot better.
Jawa.
Casual. So
That's right.
casual.
Jawa.
Ooh, teeny.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I think we could play it potentially like we could play it by ear a bit, but like maybe we have to tell people that we're like with the Tinker.
No. So let's remember, who's
Don't
the
do
person
that.
we know? We
Do not
know.
do that.
Cattell. We don't know them.
No.
Because it's
Sorry.
Cattell's Oasis.
As I pull up my notes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The man who we met, not
Saban?
Cattell,
Saban.
Saban. Yeah,
Saban.
so Saban, he has family here.
right.
We met Saban.
So do you want to like wait and we can get family and then like maybe get you in at night or something?
Yeah, I don't want you walking in there, Vin. Just
Okay,
All right,
I can
whatever.
sneak-
and I cast
can sneak
invisibility
around.
on Vinadil.
Oh,
There you go. Problem solved.
Okay.
There's no
crazy.
robot
I'll-
here.
And then I'll just whisper to Kins, just give us a little pass without a trace. And that way my footsteps won't register.
Nope. I'm gonna give everyone pass without a trace except for you.
Yeah.
Little
okay.
one.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I will do it with my grab my shield.
just to
Pass
really
without trace.
confuse people.
That's right. And then, but the play here is we know Saban. We met him, and then he told us about this oasis and asked us to
Right.
check on his family.
Right.
We are adventurers and explorers.
We could help.
And so we said we would.
Right.
And then we just want to listen. Because what he said was there's a lot of people here who have been displaced by the Tinkerer's robots.
Hmm.
So we're trying to find
Allies.
angry, displaced Bali and to try to stir up that idea of, yeah, well, what is displacing us all? So it's evil robots.
And they're like, oh, the
bad
dragon.
robots, not the good robots, the bad
It's
robots.
the dragon
Right?
to the north.
No. It's the Tinkerer. We want to tap into that. And
Dragon
then-
later.
Yes, dragon later. But that, I think that's the thing for the Oasis is we've got to find these displaced, angry Bali and see if we can't point them towards the Tinkerer.
Okay.
And we got to decide. I mean, this dude has robots, a bunch of them. It feels like if they're all spreading
There
across
probably
the
going to be
sand.
some in here. It
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll have to play it by ear. We might have to free the Oasis first. We'll see. And you're right. There's going to be some people who are like the money, but it sounded like Cattell was giving a home to the displaced Bali. So I mean, let's go and listen. We'll have to figure out. But let's listen. Let's not say too much
Man,
about.
maybe
what
they
we're
have
here
more
for.
of that.
I
soup.
hope they have stew
Yeah,
or
there you
soup,
go.
whatever it was.
How long does the invisibility last, Thorkim?
An hour. So
what I'm going to do then is, towards the hour.
just tap me. I'll just recast it.
Yeah, I can get
Okay.
you too.
Okay, I will then. I'll set an internal alarm. And
Don't
I
make
can
sure it
confirm
doesn't
it.
beep.
yeah,
Don't let it
Alexa, I'll ring a bell like this.
No, no.
So that's the recast
Try the
invisibility ring.
bell.
Just
oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Okay.
We
Okay.
should go in then.
Yeah.
So we'll do maybe invisibility as we're like approaching
Yeah.
Yeah.
people.
So the plan is Vinadil
Good.
is invisible, and you're using pass without a trace, so the invisible robot doesn't make footprints. Which is very interesting, very clever. But you also have the other robot is just normal, just walking with you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
got it.
Hopefully
Alright.
they've seen a dwarf with a robot.
I mean, we make really good plans around here.
Yeah, we
so
do.
Sacrifice 14.
we'll find out
Thorkin
next
keeps
week
saying.
what happens as you guys try to go into Cattell's Oasis and what's going on in there, who's in there, what they're all about. Are any of your plans going to succeed? We'll find out next time. Nice job, guys. That was a really good, really fun session. A lot of great RP in the beginning. Nicely done.
Yay.
And somehow
We
we
didn't
survived.
We didn't all
Yep.
die.
It's hard to tell whether that was the closest I've come to dying.
It's not.
I'm not putting that at the
No,
closest.
Jeshy.
No.
We
We
should
had-
rank Jeshy's
You
near-death
been-
encounters.
you were at least 3 rounds from dying that time, and you've been way closer than that to dying.
Yeah, I guess so, because people were out. Like once Belrissa got out, she might have been able to get me even if I was unconscious. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah, the swamp monster episode 1 looked real grim.
I mean,
Very
the
good.
You just got
giant
taken
crab,
into the water, yeah.
Yeah, the giant crab wanting to draw you to the bottom of the
Crab-
ocean wasn't
crab
great
was
either.
bad.
it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
a
Like-
lot.
Man, it could be worse. I could have actually died.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna raid this channel, and it's their first episode. So let's go in there just like guns blazing. Make sure that they know we want them to have a great time, and just hey, we know how hard it is
How's
to
the
start a D&D
plan
stream.
going?
All
And like
your
get
plans
things off the ground. So
belong
for
to
somebody to
us.
be in episode 1, like let's go make sure they have a good time. That's so awesome. So
Yay.
we'll raid them in a second.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you for not dying, because I like this show and I like your characters. And
The
but
show
those
must go on.
those are really clever. You know, hey, when we left for break, I was ready for a TPK, but but at the same time, like I wasn't expecting it, because I was kind of like, you know, they'll probably come up with something. I don't know what it is, but I had faith, and I'm proud of you guys. Good job. Good job
Somebody's
not
gonna
dying.
live.
We'll
Somebody
write
will
the
live.
alternative history where it's just 14 and I that live, and 100 years later we get dug
Communicating
out
with
by
bells.
bells. That's right, with bells. Yes.
You develop your own bell language.
That's right, and we get dug out by travelers 100 years later, and you know.
So
it's-
if Thorkim dies, the 14 goes offline. It's just if I go unconscious, he can.
I
keep
wouldn't
it
know that.
Yeah,
I
but
would
Vin
keep
doesn't,
talking
so-
to
Then
him.
we're gonna
and
put
here's
your
my
soul
bell
in
language.
14.
Wilson.
That's so funny.
Beautiful, beautiful.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, the raid has been canceled.
Yeah,
No, it's starting
I did it
again.
from the wrong thing. So
Okay.
But I was surprised it worked. But today I learned a Twitch thing. But right on. All right, we got a few of us ready to go. So cool. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Till next week. Good luck with your bad plans. I hope to see you at the after show this weekend. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July if you're in the U.S. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.